Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Dragon Vision 2024.
Dragon Lack of Vision.
Dragon Lack of Vision tonight, as you guys can plainly see if you're joining us here live. First of all, thank you very much. I guess we're going to harken back to my glory days, as it were. Do a little bit of online radio for you here tonight, as we've experienced an unforeseen technical issue. That technical issue has prevented video from being fed into our computer and hence out to you. So for the foreseeable future, until Matt Hagan, the intrepid Matt Hagan, returns from the Wally World with the necessary part, Lisa Watson and myself, Jim Harris, will be bringing you the action high above the court here at the Don W. Locker Gymnasium. And Lisa, a week ago tonight, we called some Clinton High School history. First win over Oak Ridge by the Lady Dragons since 1990. And as monumental and as historic a victory as that was, now they have to kind of move on, because as great a game as that was, it is not a district game. That is not the case here tonight, and I think by and large, the team that we're looking at here this evening, the Scott Lady Highlanders, probably are the team with the best chance to unseat Clinton at the top of our district this season.
Yes, both teams are undefeated in the district, so this is a big, the results of this game tonight will be the person who has a step ahead.
Yeah.
In the district. So, yeah, this is a big game. Coach talked about that. She said as big as Oak Ridge win was, that one is not as big as the game that you have tonight.
And this is the start of 8 straight district games, Of course, this string will continue Friday night over at Gibbs High School. We'll have that one for you here on Dragon Vision as well. But in the meantime, should be a great game. And again, obviously success is going to breed, more and more people jumping on the Lady Dragon bandwagon. Good crowd on hand here tonight, and as has been the case for the last 3 seasons since Scott has joined our district. They've traveled extremely well. This has become very quickly, I think, outside of Clinton AC, I think this is the most heated and volatile of these new district matchups. Obviously, haven't had a lot of familiarity with Cumberland Gap and Union County yet, seen the Union County once. But this Scott team, since they came in, it's been really evenly matched, and we've had really entertaining games on both the boys and the girls' sides.
Yeah, Scott is well coached. Their coach has actually come from the college ranks to go to Scott County to coach. He was assistant coach at Bryan College for their boys program, and then he ended up being an assistant coach at Cleveland State, which is where they signed Kenley Martin, a former Lady Dragon, went under his rim there. And then he got hired to coach at Scott County. He's a great coach. He's got these girls. I know Coach told him in the locker room, he's got these girls ready to play, y'all. He believes that player for player, he's got the best group. We'll see tonight in this matchup how it goes.
The name that you'll remember if you've been following the Lady Dragons for the last couple of years, Brittany Morrow, number 23. She is the big-time scorer for this Scott team, a Scott team that is very talented up and down the roster. Right now, we've got the presentation of the colors by the Air Force Junior ROTC here at Clinton High School. We'll have the playing of the national anthem and the introduction of the starting lineups. Again, we are aware that we have no video, audio only, until we are able to address this video issue.
Yeah, stay tuned with us, because hopefully we can get it going.
Absolutely. Matt Hagan, by the way, back in the building now. He is apparently en route back up here. Down to our left, entering the gymnasium. We can see, but you cannot see it at home. Jesse Rod, Dragon for Life, father of Jaylee Rod, in the building.
I just want to do a quick shout out to our ROTC program, our Sergeant Cume and Colonel Val. They run a great JROT. They've been doing it for several years. They've gotten these kids. It's fun to watch them do their thing. They'll practice in the hallways a lot of times, but they are amazing, and they do an amazing job. I just wanted to give a shout out to them.
The starting lineup's about to be introduced here, so when we are able to reestablish video connection, we will likely have to end this broadcast and create a whole new broadcast link. So stay on the YouTube page, stay on the YouTube channel, if you will. You can also on Facebook follow that link when we get the video link back up. So right now, though, again, audio only because technical issues abound. At least, you know, unlike my old profession, if we only had one stream, you know, we have video and audio here. You know, you and I talking, describing the action. But here, at least, when we lose one, we don't necessarily lose the other. So, Connor Hudson.
And Julie Lawson.
Julie Lawson, I remember her from the last couple of seasons.
And a girl, she's a point guard, Braylon Russ.
And another guard, number 23, Brittany Morrow.
Morrow, that's the...
she is a dynamic
that's the
scorer.
name. You know, her brother was a big-time scorer at Scott County.
So Russ, Morrow, Hudson, Branscombe, and Lawson.
Yeah, you got to look out for Lawson, number 15. She's another one of their scorers on their team.
And now the introduction of the Lady Dragons lineup for tonight. Something tells me it'll be a familiar-looking group of Lady Dragons.
And now it's time for your Clinton Lady Dragons.
Lady Dragons, of course, coming off that historic win over Oak Ridge. Laney Carmichael getting the nod tonight, as is the case.
Number 4, Bailey Burrows.
Bailey Burrows got 2 B's in her name. That's fitting. She is a walking double-double. So she's got...
yes. That's one thing I'm going to count up this year, who's leading this squad in double-doubles.
And another wing,
Josie Moody, who hit the giant shot to defeat Oak Ridge.
And at point guard, number 1, Addie Gamble.
Addie Gamble back on the court.
So Addie did not start the Oak Ridge game. That was just due to missing so much time over the break. But here we are, Lady Dragons and Lady Highlanders getting ready to square off here. Brittany Morrow going to jump it up for the Lady Highlanders. They're clad in all black with red numerals, pardon me, and white trim. Lady Dragons in their home white with the orange numerals and black trim. Clinton comes in 13-4 overall, 2-0 in district play. Scott County is 11-8, 2-0, and the opening tip is controlled by Josie Moody.
We haven't lost a tip. Oh, Bailey just got tied up and lost possession right there.
So into the corner it goes. Pardon me while I do some quick stuff here.
Pressured by Addie Gamble. Bailey Burrows on defending the ball now with Laney Carmichael.
Okay,
guarding
hey, Matt.
Morrow.
Hey, Matt, I just turned off the scoreboard control there.
Ball to the wing. Clinton being patient on defense.
Up top to Connor Hudson. And Brittany Morrow.
Yeah, this may be Scott's tactic for this game is, control the minutes. Control the minutes. Nobody. Oh, backdoored. Oh. Score by Julie Lawson on a backdoor cut. Addie Gamble taking it to the hole, shoots it, misses. Out of bounds on Clinton.
All right, so there's actually 6 minutes and 48 seconds left here as we've begun the first quarter of play.
Clinton in their 1-3-1 or their 1-2-2 press, full court press. Deflection by by Lainey Carmichael, excuse me.
And so it will go out of bounds. It'll stay with Scott. Morrow inbounds it to number 3, Branscombe. There's a near steal. That is a steal. Josie Moody comes up with the defensive play, puts it up, and lays it in. So the Lady Dragons tie this one up at 2 apiece.
3 positive stats there for Josie Moody. A deflection, a steal, and a score.
So into the front court, Scott County with the three-pointer, no good. Rebound off the side there to Josie Moody. Moody looking to go coast to coast, goes up, blocked. Good defensive play there by Scott, good recovery. Burrows came up with the loose basketball. Now it's Addie Gamble. Gamble lost the handle on it, knocked out of her hands, and it will be Scott basketball. Good defense there, active hands for the Lady Highlanders. And into the front court now comes Braylon Russ. Almost stolen on the cross-court pass, looking over there for Branscombe.
She walked, and the referees missed that.
Up top, Braylon Russ. Here's Morrow driving with the left hand, can't get it to go. Rebound tapped out by Burrows, controlled by Carmichael. Up the court, left hand, no good. Rebound going to go off the glass to number 1, Russ. Braylon Russ. Stops, pops for 3. That one's in and out, no good. Rebound, Allie York. York had it tipped, keeps it alive. Now she'll drive. She goes up high off the window. It's no good. The rebound off to Russ.
Good shot, though. Good shot. That was a good take by Allie York.
Good action, both teams. Clearly a big game. That shot, no good. Rims out, and there's Carmichael with a rebound. Gives it off now to Allie York. Again, we are aware we have no video. Working on that as we speak.
Oh,
here is Carmichael. What a tremendous move in the paint. High off the window, almost too high it looked like, but it did go in to the bucket.
Yes.
So 4-2.
Great pass by Addie Gamble to see that. Deflection and a steal.
There it is.
By Carmichael. Follow the shot.
Carmichael with the left hand gets it to go, and the Lady Dragons lead 6-2. And that right there is a perfect example of why Scott wants to slow things down. Lady Dragons in transition are hard to beat, and that was a mental breakdown there as Brittany Morrow caught that ball well in the front court, and as she was going out of bounds, tried to save it, threw it back in. And so it went beyond the center court stripe. And so with 4:19 left to go in the first quarter, Bailey Burrows drops it off down low. Carmichael. There's Carmichael inside. Can't get it. Second shot is up, and it is good, and she is fouled and will head to the free throw line to shoot 1. Carmichael with 6 points here in the early going. She is doing yeoman's work in the post.
Great high-low game there. They saw her posted up there underneath.
Carmichael knocks down the foul shot, and Clinton opens up a 7-point lead, 9-2. Lady Dragon extending that pressure. That seems to be causing Scott all kinds of problems. 3:57 left to go now. Here's Gamble forcing a turnover down low, and that's going to be a tie ball, according to the official.
I don't know how that was a jump ball when she was still kind of dribbling.
And
their team didn't have a handle on it.
Yeah.
Not understanding that call right there.
So 3:53 left to go, 9-2 the score.
Feel like that robbed us of a possession, but that's okay. Maybe he was doing that to try to prevent an injury there. Get it into Morrow. Ooh.
Morrow, nice move, and a foul inside whistled against Clinton. So I believe that's going to be on Carmichael. Yep, her first. Team's first. 3:50 left to play. Brittany Morrow at the free throw line looking for her first points of the evening. And again, Dragon Vision aware that our Dragon Vision right now is giving you a black screen, but we hope the audio is to your liking. 3:50 left to go. 9-3 the score as the first foul shot is up and good. Second one no good. Rebound off to Carmichael. Here comes Clinton looking to run. Carmichael lost the handle, drops it off across the lane to Addie Gamble in the paint. Blocked shot. I think that was number 35, Hudson, that got a hand on that. And with 3.5 minutes left to play, here's Braylon Russ. Up ahead now for Hudson. Hudson works to her right, hands it off there to Russ. Russ back up top for Morrow on the wing, left side.
You'll notice what Coach did right here. She had Carmichael.
Oh! Laney Carmichael picks the pocket of Hudson up top. There is Carmichael throwing it up with the left hand. And she's going to head to the free throw line to shoot a pair as Scott commits their second foul of the period.
Foul on Brittany. I don't know if you notice what Coach has done here is she switched up with Laney with a foul on her. She switched up and put Josie Moody on her, and that's one of the things that Coach talked about doing during this game is switching her defenders on Morrow because she's such a key player for Scott County.
Carmichael's second shot on its way and good. She's got a quick 9 points, and Clinton leads 11-3. 3:10 left to play.
We're doing a great job defensively on this press, not getting, a press a lot of times people think is to get steals. Not necessarily. Sometimes we set up a press to take a team out of their offense.
Oh, great pass. Hudson
pass.
Finds a cutting Morrow, and Morrow lays it up and in off the glass. Her first field goal of the night. She's got 3 points. It's 11-5. 2:40 left to play. Here's York up top. Deep three-pointer. That one's no good. Hudson with the rebound. And the big post player gets it off to Russ. Russ back to Hudson. Hudson will carry it into the front court, probably longer than she wanted to back there. Hands it off out front now to Braylon Russ. Russ with the basketball down low for Hudson. Another good find. Tell you what, we got two teams here that know how to pass the basketball. And Connor Hudson with her first basket of the night makes it 11-7.
Well, we had a mismatch right there, and Addie and Laney switched, but they switched a little late, I think.
Here's Gamble outside for Harrell in the corner. Left side three is good. Lady Dragons lead it 14-7. Sydney Harrell, the super sub off the bench. The sixth woman, if you will, for the Lady Dragons. Here is the pass inside. Hudson, great defensive play there by Carmichael. Minute 39 left. Here's Gamble outside. Moody for three. Buries it. Knocks it down. It's 17-7, and the clock stops. A timeout taken by Coach Jake Wright of Scott. It is a 10-point game. Clinton with the lead here at home. Tell you what, and if I was a little concerned, Lisa, that maybe coming off of last week's emotional win over Oak Ridge, I told you this when you got up here, really glad we didn't have to play on that Friday night after that Tuesday night win.
Yes.
But tonight, this team has come out. They understand the stakes. Huge district game here
and I have to give kudos to Clinton. They have grown up a lot. They've been showing a lot of poise. They showed poise and composure in the Oak Ridge game. And then, once again, coming off a big win like that, knowing you're facing a big district game, they're still doing. I think these girls they're growing up as the season goes. It's so fun to watch.
It absolutely is. And it's a process. We get to see it both the macro and the micro because these girls have been here for so long in the program. Great group of kids.
Well, they
Great
played
group of
together.
parents, too.
A lot of them has played together since they were in elementary.
Oh, since they were wee, tiny children.
Yeah, we've got to have a good time watching them grow up as littles and waited for many years for them to come here.
So Brittany Morrow into the front court now is Scott out of the timeout. Works it down low for Gracie Lewis. Lewis on the baseline, trapped over there. Lady Dragons almost forced the turnover.
Smart play by the little guard there, hitting it off of Carmichael's foot because she knew she was in trouble. she was being double teamed, and
Minute 15 left to go. Three-pointer from the right corner, no good. Rebound off to Josie Moody. Moody up ahead for Harrell. Harrell into the high post now for Burrows. Burrows, nice drop step. She drives hard to the basket, and she's going to be fouled. So the third foul of the period. Ooh, that's very big.
And you know what?
Oh, look at that. We have
video.
We have video. It is from the huddle camera high above the gymnasium here. It's literally on the roof of the ceiling of the Donnie Dome.
Bailey missed the first free throw here.
There you go. Matt Hagan found us some video. So here we go. It's not the greatest video, but it is a moving picture. Looks like a beautiful Monet watercolor. 54 seconds left. 17-7 is the score.
It's the rain. The rain is messing up all of this stuff.
Bailey
got
Burrows
double
with the block. Yeah, 2 blocks that time.
She got double blocked.
Here's Gamble into the corner for Harrell. Harrell left side. Back up top now for Burrows. 37 seconds left to play. High off the window for Carmichael. Shot wouldn't fall. Rebound off to Lawson. Lawson gives it up now to Russ, and Russ will make a charge into the front court. 26 seconds left. Pay no attention to the clock on your screen there. Oh, wait, there is no scoreboard on the screen.
Stay low, keep
awesome.
her out.
17-7 is the score.
Great defense. We talked about that in the locker room, containing Morrow from driving, getting to the paint. Addie Gamble did a great job forcing her to step on the out-of-bounds line, causing a turnover. Great job.
So with 10 seconds left into the front court, it's Addie Gamble. Gamble over on the left side, knocked away by Morrow. Morrow trying to close out the quarter with a layup, and she gets it. So Brittany Morrow closes the first quarter with 5 points. It is 17-9 as we get you ready for the second quarter of play. So Clinton being led, Lainey Carmichael with 9 of the 17 points.
One of the things that Coach talked about in the locker room in the pregame that we had a conversation with the girls about is this game, every possession is going to count, minimizing your turnovers, which they're doing a good job so far doing. She talked to them about reading the defense. We'll have an offensive play set up, and a lot of times the girls think they got to do it there, they got to throw it there. When in reality, you got to read what the defense is doing and do what the defense gives you. If they don't give you, you stray away from the play.
I just want to give all credit to Matt Hagan. He is wrestling over here.
Hey, he's breaking a sweat doing this.
All right, well. You know my favorite thing about Matt is, Lisa?
What's that?
I love when he says, this is how I'm going to solve this problem. Like I have any idea what he is talking about.
Hey, listen, I did not grow up in the digital age. I am not a digital person. I'm low tech, honey, just low tech.
7:59 left to go. Oh, what a great pass. Allie York finds a cutting Addie Gamble, and Gamble on the board, 19-9. Morrow into the front court. Tough
and I
defense
have to
being
give
played.
Addie credit right there, knowing when to pull up and shoot that short jumper instead of taking it all the way in. Ooh. Little guard there, number 2,
Gracie Lewis.
Yeah, got her a couple of.
Her first bucket makes it 19-11. One upside to not having our primary video feed, Lisa, neither one of us has to worry about keeping up with either the scoreboard or the clock.
Praise the Lord.
19-11 is the score. 7:17 left. Here's Morrow. Morrow drives left side, can't get it to go. Rebound inside by Rachel Garrett, blocked out of bounds. It'll be Clinton, Clinton basketball as it caromed off the shin of a Lady Highlander. 7:10 left to play here in this first half. 19-11, Lady Dragons looking to build on last week's milestone victory over Oak Ridge. Here's Gamble to Burrows outside for York. 3-ball, no good. Rebound collected inside. Here comes Scott back the other way. That is Zoe Price. She gets it back up top to Brittany Morrow, and Morrow will reset with 6:45 left to play now in this second quarter. Pass into the paint to Garrett, and that's going to be a travel.
Yes.
The ball was initially tipped on the entry pass. It got to Garrett, but I think that threw her timing off a little.
Yeah, it did, and it was a great straight-up defensive play by Allie York. Not to commit that foul there. Smart.
Here's Gamble outside. Allie York, straightaway three, no good. Rebound going to be grabbed inside again. Zoe Price, she's been pretty solid on the boards. Throws that one away in transition. Looking to make something happen, and maybe just a little too ambitious that time. It'll be Clinton basketball.
We're getting good looks. They got to keep shooting. Allie's a shooter. She's going to shoot. Her philosophy, I got to tell you, is shoot till you're on.
There you go.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Shoot till your arm falls off.
Shoot till you're on.
That was my philosophy in high school. Not that it really did me any good on a basketball court, but I shot a lot of baskets in the driveway.
There you go.
19-11, 5:48 to go. Gamble, little stop and pop from the right side of the lane. Couldn't get it to fall, and the rebound off to Morrow. Here's Morrow into the front court. Morrow drives, lays it up and in. Strong move with the right hand, and Brittany Morrow starting to come to life.
Coach calling timeout there. We talked about that in the locker room. We talked about not letting Morrow dribble from the top of the key, get into the paint without having at least two people helping. Bailey Burrows right there is usually and she loves to block. We got to get her stepping into the lane, stopping the drive, and then the block is secondary. That's what we got to get. Bailey wants to open up and try to read it, and she's good at it, by the way, and get that block. But sometimes you got to stop a shooter like Morrow by stepping in, stopping the drive, and then looking for the block.
Yep. So here comes Clinton out of the timeout. Gamble, York, Moody, Carmichael, and Burrows, your starting five back on the floor for the orange and black. Here is Gamble with the basketball up top, works to her left.
Mismatch inside with Burrows. Oh, they switched back, though.
Carmichael down low to Burrows. Burrows turnaround over Garrett, wouldn't fall. Moody tried to get a hand on that rebound. Price comes out of there with it. Loose basketball picked up by Addie Gamble. Gamble shows it and goes.
Good job.
That was a great ball fake by Addie Gamble in the paint right there. Looked like she was going to dish it off to the right, and she goes up with the left hand.
You know, Addie's got a really good Euro move. That's one of those moves that you have to be athletic to do.
So what you're saying is I can't pull it off, Lisa. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I can't. That's
you don't
for
have to sugarcoat it. Oh, there's Morrow. Strong defense on her as the double team, like you were talking about, came on her. She tried to kick it outside. Her wingman was not where she thought she was going to be, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, she was we got her off balance. She had so she had to throw it, or she would have walked, and we forced a bad pass right there. Great
21-13, Burrows, high-low look, tried a little jump pass down low to Josie Moody. It's deflected away and stolen. Here's Morrow back the other way for Scott. Into the corner. Now it's Price. Price through the lane. Left hand won't go. Rebound. Scrap for it. Grabbed by Garrett.
Yeah.
Garrett outside now. Gives it back. This is number 2, Lewis. Lewis from the free throw line. Jumper no good. Rebound off of the Lady Dragons. Bounces off the foot of Allie York. 4:01 left to play in the first half of what has been a very entertaining basketball game here. Again, not the historical significance of last week's Oak Ridge tilt, but certainly a lot of significance to this game. As far as the district standings are concerned, both these teams 2-0 in district play. Oh, there's Zoe Price. She came open off a screen right there and knocked down that triple. 21-16, 3:48 left to play.
You cannot quit on this Highlander team. You cannot be too comfortable with the small lead that we do have. We've got to be able to get hot right there.
Like Allie York, triple for York, and it's 24-16, 3:34
I love it when Allie
left to play.
answers to a good play by the other team.
Absolutely, and also, like, I think she's clearly listening to the broadcast while she's playing. as we were just talking about her. Here's Lewis, another three. Couldn't get that one to go, and Josie Moody with the rebound. Up ahead for Carmichael. Carmichael over on the wing right side. Great block by Morrow on York. Now it's Morrow.
Yes.
Up into the front court. Little show and
that was
put
a
it up.
Euro move, yes, right there.
And there is a follow by Garrett. Julie Lawson. Her second bucket of the night. And it's 24-18. 2:54 left to play now, first half. Gamble needs a little help to come her way quickly. Has to give it up, gets it to Burrows, barely avoiding the 5-second call.
Yeah.
Here is Moody into the corner for Carmichael, back to Gamble. Gamble working against Lewis. A little bit of a size advantage there.
Oh, great pass. Yes.
And Josie Moody with the finish after the absolute dime by Addie Gamble. Moody with 4 points by my count, 26-18. Here's a steal off a badly thrown pass. Allie York comes up with it, gives it to Lainey Carmichael, trailing the play. Back to Allie, left side three, short. Rebound, Bailey Burrows. Fall away, won't go. Third chance opportunity, up and good for Josie Moody. And it's 28-18, Lady Dragons with their largest lead of the game. Under 2 to play now in this first half, minute 55. With the ball on the outside, here's Spradlin. And there's going to be a foul whistled against Clinton. Looks like they're going to get Gamble on this one. It is going to be on Addie.
I believe that's the one that called that foul on. No, that wasn't him. Never mind.
That, by the way, the first foul of this second quarter by either team.
Right. It's a pretty clean game. We've got some good, solid defense by both teams playing here. Whoop.
Kylie Gallagher has checked in for Clinton. Lainey Carmichael and Bailey Burrows both getting breathers. Sydney Harrell is also in the game for Clinton. Minute 47 left to play, 28-18. Foul shots coming for Zoe Price. She's got 3 points. That coming on the three-point bomb just a few moments ago. She also has, off the top of my head, 3 big rebounds on the defensive end, 2 of which started fast break opportunities for Scott. First foul shot, no good. It remains a 10-point contest. Second shot, also no good. Rebound, Allie York. York is a deceptively good rebounder.
Yeah.
Here's York. Oh, good find for Kylie Gallagher. Knocked away, though. Tell you what, Clinton might have got away with one right there. I thought that was off of Gallagher's hand, but they say Morrow, so it'll be Clinton basketball. Allie York to inbound on the baseline to your left. Inbound pass, Josie Moody. Little fall away would not go. There's a rebound by Morrow, but a steal by Moody. Moody gets it across the lane to Gallagher, and Gallagher going to get whistled for the travel. So the youngster Gallagher maybe got a little excited right there with some varsity action. Good
Shuffled
defense there
her
by
feet
Morrow.
just a little bit.
Matt Hagan apparently has given up the ghost. Oh, there he is. Some of you over at ACCTC know him as Mr. Hagan, and you will address him as such.
Yes. Yes, we have to do a congratulations to him for landing a job in our ACCT school. Oh.
Here is Hudson. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound off to Moody. Up ahead for Sydney Harrell. Doesn't have numbers. Waits for her team. Here's York for Harrell. Around the horn it goes. Now into the hands of Addie Gamble. Gamble drives baseline right side.
Oh, my goodness.
Too high off the glass. She misplayed the angle on that one. And the rebound comes off again. It's Price. Price will start the fast break up the other direction. Lost the handle on it. Regathers. Gets it to Morrow. Morrow in the paint. Shot no good. Rebound going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Josie Moody. It'll stay with Scott. 37.1 seconds remain.
That was an athletic move by Addie Gamble. Take a shot and get her own rebound on the opposite side.
Great defensive play on the inbound there. Allie York got a hand up on the pass, knocked it into a cheerleader, and it'll be Scott basketball, same spot, out of bounds. Here is the pass, and there's a block. They're going to get Lainey Carmichael on the foul, though.
That'll be 2 on her. That was not sure I agree with that call, but it is, you know. I don't know how you get a foul on the side, but she did. Morrow hitting down the first one.
So Morrow now with 8 points in this first half. Makes it 28-19. Second shot, good.
Yeah, we're going to have to get better at containing her, keeping her off that free throw line. She can shoot those free throws.
30 seconds left. Here's Allie York outside for Rod. Jaylee Rod into the game for the first time. Slips it off to Josie Moody. Moody got through a couple of defenders. Could not get that to go from the left side with the right hand. Here's Morrow down the lane with the left hand. That won't fall. Jaylee Rod with the rebound. She got a little speed in her game. Lost the handle on that one. Stolen away from behind. 3 seconds left. Up ahead, here's Price. Half-court heave. Will not go. And at the end of one half of play, our score 28-20. The Clinton Lady Dragons lead the Scott Lady Highlanders. We're going to take a quick audio break on our end. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. We'll be back on the other side after we do some maths. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back. It is Dragon Vision. Now more people can see us. Now, in fact, anybody can see us.
We're back to Dragon Vision instead of Dragon Lack of Vision.
That's right. Thanks to Matt Hagan and, of course, the fabulous Huddle Cam here above us. That's a whole different thing. But halftime, game one, Dragon basketball doubleheader here on Dragon Vision. It is 28-20. Clinton with the lead here in this matchup of district leaders. And let's see. First of all, taking a look at the numbers for our visitors from Huntsville. Brittany Morrow, the junior, with 9 points here in this first half. She led all scorers in the first 2 quarters. Up next, Julie Lawson. She's got 4 points. Zoe Price has 3. Connor Hudson and Gracie Lewis with 2 points apiece for our visitors.
Yeah, and for your Lady Dragons. Now, listen, we haven't got hot yet.
No, we have not.
So this is kind of a low-scoring half for us. So second half, when we get on fire, these numbers are going to change. But right now, we've got Addie Gamble with 4. We've got Josie Moody with 9. Allie York with a 3. Sydney Harrell with a 3. And Lainey Carmichael with 9 points to tally up to our total 28 points.
So Carmichael and Moody with 9 points apiece. Pretty impressive. And that tends to, we talk about how there's players on this team that are capable of going off for really big nights. Carmichael and Moody every night is a big night. They're very solid.
They
kind of remind me,
yes.
I guess, and I certainly don't want to make this comparison like they're this good, but it's very similar to the dynamic between a Jason Tatum and a Jaylen Brown for the Boston Celtics, how they work well. They seem like they wouldn't work well together because they seem like they play very similar positions, but they play the same style of game. They work really well together, and they are consistently scoring in double figures. But like game in, game out. So it does not surprise me at all that they are the leading scorers because it seems like they are consistently the leaders for this team. Obviously, plenty of other options can step up. You've got, Sydney Harrell. I love her off the bench. She always provides a spark. And, of course, Addie Gamble, she's hustle personified. Nally York is just a three-point basket waiting to happen. I'm pretty sure that she wakes up in the morning and is like at least 1 for 2.
Well, we've talked to these girls a lot of times about, because at the beginning of the season, if they weren't hot, they quit shooting. And that's something that Allie York, she has prided herself in. And at the beginning of the season, she did that. And then she's come up with this mentality to say, you know what, shoot to your own. Because I told her, I said, if you shoot 50%, you've got to put up some shots if you want to score some baskets.
Yeah.
If you're only a 50% shooter, I said, if you're going to score 20 points, how many shots do you have to put up?
Yeah.
To score 20 points.
Don't ask me to do math, Lisa.
If listen, and so they understand and realize that in order to score and get in those double figures, you're going to have to put up some shots.
Yeah.
Because in high school, it's very rare that you're going to be a high percentage shooter like in the college ranks or in the pros. So they're going to have to put up double the shots to get those points they want.
Do you know who shoots above 50% from the field most of the time? They're 7 feet tall.
Yes.
And they play in the post. And they very rarely leave the post.
3 foot away from the basket.
But the thing that's great about this team, you and I have talked about this, and I've talked about it with Coach. Such a versatile, so many different styles that Clinton can play. If they need a game where they have to go a little smaller, that's not an issue. And the girls they have that are quote-unquote bigs can transition into that style of game. So obviously it's all about the players.
Well, and that's going to be a plus for those girls that want to go on to the next level, like Lainey Carmichael and Josie Moody. Josie will probably go play volleyball somewhere. She'll have multiple offers in that sport. But she'll probably also have some offers in basketball as well. But those players like Josie Moody and Lainey Carmichael who have some height that can play both inside and out. Bailey Burrows can shoot the 3 on any given night. One of the things that, and that's the thing about Josie and Lainey is they've got some height, but they still have some speed with them. Or they just look smooth, and, they can cover some ground because they are long, because they are tall.
Josie, very similar to some of the great athletes, and I guess that's what I should start looking for in the future when I'm, just looking at players and going, who's going to be, because when we've talked about this. T. Higgins, an effortless athlete, just
Yes.
glided up and down the floor. Back in the day here, Mikhail Vibert, one of those, made it look kind of effortless, but you knew it wasn't. But, all right, you go, Jason Hammond. That actually startled me out of my point.
He was talking about players being smooth.
Josie is that kind of.
When you look at her, you may think she's slow, but she's not.
And it doesn't look like she's running real fast because she doesn't have to. Her legs are so very long, and she just glides. And I think maybe that's the big thing I need to start looking for is leg length, because it seems like the longer the legs, you get those athletes that can glide, and certainly the Lady Dragons have one of those in Josie Moody. But man, good first half.
Yeah, we
stayed out of foul trouble by and large. Laney's got 2. I think she's the only one with it.
That's it.
Brittany Morrow has 2 for Scott, and that's really the only foul trouble they have. Very cleanly played
It's been
game.
rather a clean game, yes.
And as intense as this burgeoning rivalry has become in a very short amount of time, it is so far stayed cool. All right, so here we go. We are underway in the second half. The Clinton Lady Dragons switch ends of the floor. Here is Hudson. Her pass is, she's not able to handle the pass. It is deflected away.
Clinton ran a little run. Ooh, good floater by Ella York. Clinton's defense right there. They went to a run and jump defense right there just to do a surprise defense on them.
Yeah, Lady Dragons turning up the pressure here as Scott brings it into the front court. That's going to be a foul on Gamble with 7:35 left to play here in quarter number 3. That's the second on Addie. So 2 Lady Dragons now with 2 apiece.
Yeah.
Here's Russ off the inbounds pass. She'll reset over here.
Know where the shooters are. Know where the shooters are.
Along the baseline, it's Russ outside.
They got to
it's
get out
Morrow.
on her.
Morrow for 3, and she knocks it down. And she's the first player for either team into double figures.
Yeah.
She's got 12, and the lead shrinks to 7, 30-23. Clinton with the lead and the basketball. Here is Allie York. Gets it to Burrows. Burrows on the give and go. Back to Allie. Can't get it to fall. Rebound to Moody. Stripped on the way up. Loose ball on the floor. Morrow controls it. And now it'll be Hudson into the front court for Russ. Russ, 6:50 left to play. Here's Russ outside for Branscombe. Branscombe tried to get that ball down low. They're going to say deflected by Clinton and out of bounds. So with 6:44 left to play, it remains 30-23. Clinton's lead, Scott's ball.
Yeah, I think Bailey Burrows got her hand on that at the last play.
Here's Branscombe.
Back door.
Gets it over on the right wing. That is number 15. That was Julie Lawson. Out of bounds. 30-23.
Josie Moody got really high up for that rebound, and it was knocked out of bounds by Morrow, who had great timing on that to come up behind her and knock that out.
Moody finds Carmichael on the right side. That one went halfway down and rimmed out. Rebound off to Russ. Russ in amongst the trees. Russ drives, lays it up, won't fall. Rebound collected inside by Burrows. Burrows gives it off to Gamble. Here comes Clinton. 2 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. 30-23 the score on Dragon Vision. Jim Harris, Lisa Watson here with you. Matt Hagan behind the scenes. He's been wrestling with the interwebs and things of that nature. All kinds of video stuff that I don't begin to understand. There is a turnover against Clinton going back the other way. Palm the basketball.
3-second call.
3-second call.
Yeah.
So 5:45 left to go. Here's Hudson in the backcourt. Gets it ahead to Lawson. Lawson, trouble controlling, but Lady Dragon defense was back pressuring the passer. Here's a 3 from the corner from Braylon Russ. That's her first basket of the night, and it makes it a 4-point lead, 30-26. 8-2 is the scoring margin in favor of Scott here in the second quarter, or the third quarter rather. Here's a steal of Gamble off of Morrow, too strong off the window, and Morrow collects for the rebound. Here is Morrow, nice crossover move at midcourt to shake Gamble. Now it's going to be Lawson. Lawson's jumper makes it a 2-point game.
Well, I said you've got to not count the Highlanders out. They are hustling their little hearts out tonight.
2-point ball game, 4:53 left to go.
Roll.
Here's Gamble for Carmichael. Carmichael back to Addy. Addy on the right wing, thought about it briefly, closed out on by Russ. Here's Gamble for Carmichael. She'll shoot from the wing, right side, no good. Rebound to Morrow. Morrow looking to tie or take the lead this trip. Here's Morrow into the corner for Russ, and the lead. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound Carmichael. She starts the transition back the other way. York pulls up from 17. Jumper no good. Rebound Bailey Burrows in the paint. Couldn't get the follow to go. And it comes off the glass to Scott. Here's Russ. Up ahead for Morrow. Morrow not challenged till the three-point line. Drops it off. That was Branscombe, couldn't get it to go. Loose ball on the floor, controlled by Scott. Hudson for three in the lead, no good. Rebound, Josie Moody. Game getting a lot more physical here in the third quarter. Long pass up ahead. Little miscommunication right there between the Lady Dragons, and we have a timeout on the floor. It's taken by Scott. 3:53 left to go, 30-28 the score. Lady Dragons been outscored 10-2. Brittany Morrow is in some pain. Not sure if she took a shot in the midsection. Not sure. Looks like she may have had the wind knocked out of her. Did not see anything. No foul was called, so not sure exactly what happened. 30-28 is the score. Clinton with the lead. Again, though, they've been outscored 10-2 since halftime. Excuse me, 8-2, my bad. Math, again, not my forte.
Well, one of the things that Scott County is doing, and I think it's kind of wearing us down a little bit, is they are pushing the ball up the floor. They get a rebound and they're taking off. And so Clinton's got to do a better job at getting back on defense and slowing things down a little bit, taking care of the basketball.
So out of the timeout, no Morrow. Looks like she is back in the locker room area. Oh, I'm sorry. Nope, she's right behind the bench. She was obscured by a fan. Yeah. But the trainer for Clinton also coming down to take a look at her as we resume live action. Here's Hudson outside for Russ. Russ at the free throw line. Jumper well off the mark. No good. Rebound to Branscombe. Now it's to Russ. Russ down low. That pass deflected away. Stolen by Addie Gamble. Here's Gamble. Splits two defenders. Can't get it to go. Rebound inside. The follow. Kinsley Hutchison just checked into the game and makes an immediate impact as she'll have an opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play. 32-28, 3:24 left to play, third quarter. Shot is short, rebound to Moody, deflected away, still loose on the floor. Branscombe able to shuffle it over to number 24, Callie Strunk. She's on the floor in place of Brittany Morrow. Here's a three for Lawson. Bank not open for her here in Clinton. And there is a turnover. Kinsley Hutchison could not handle that ball cleanly along the baseline, and it is dribbled out of bounds. 32-28, 3:04 left to play. Third quarter, Clinton leading by 4. Russ gets it, loses it through the lane, but able to regather, gets it outside to Hudson. Hudson, her pass along the baseline. Did not angle that one properly, and as she tried to skirt the baseline, she ended up hitting the baseline. 2:55 left to go. I may have just set a world record for baseline in one sentence. 32-28, 2:45 left to go. Here's Gamble. Gamble, nice find, Josie Moody. Moody's first basket of the second half gives her 11 points. It's 34-28. Lady Dragons seem to have snapped out of the doldrums that accompanied them out of the locker room. Good deflection right there. Allie York got a hand on that pass. And with 2.5 minutes left to play. She jumped
and had some hang time right there.
Back into the game, Gracie Lewis and Rachel Garrett for Scott. Morrow now back on the bench. That's probably a good sign for the Lady Highlanders. Here's Russ. Russ for Lewis. Into the corner now for Lawson. Lawson kind of becomes the focal point of this offense, although there is number 24. That is Callie Strunk with her first basket of the night, and it's 34-30. 4-point game, 2:10 to play. Gamble in the lane, drops it off again. Down low, Josie Moody, too strong off the window. Rebound going to be tracked down by Scott.
Good read by Addie Gamble to see that mismatch. Jody just wasn't able to finish on that shot, but they'll start going in.
Minute 50 left to play, third quarter. Here is Strunk. Strunk getting hot here. Last two possessions, she's made it a 2-point game now, 34-32. 99 seconds left to go, third quarter. Outside, Harrell off the pass from a Gamble, and Harrell buries it. Her second triple of the night silences the very loud Scott crowd on the other side of us here at the Donnie Dome. 37-32, and a timeout. Nope.
That was a walk by Scott County, which was forced by Josie Moody, and that length that she's got. She jumps up, and the girl thought she had a pass, and she didn't.
So, minute 19 left. Clinton looking to close this period out strong. They lead by 5. Here's Carmichael. Over 2 defenders, couldn't get it to go. Hutchison going for the rebound, just grazed off her fingertips.
Now Carmichael's going to have to get a better angle. She needs to post up a little bit higher on that so she can have more of the board. She's having to shoot across her body, and that's a hard shot. That's a hard shot.
Especially with in between 2 defenders right there.
Yes.
Here's Strunk, guarded by Gamble. Now a quick double team comes, and the ball thrown away. Stolen by Lainey Carmichael. Carmichael back the other way off the right side, and she gets it to go.
There she makes it count.
She's got 11, and the lead back to 7 for Clinton. 39-32 with 39 seconds left to play, third period.
Oh.
Gracie Lewis in between 2 defenders. Head fake for Strunk. Strunk in the paint, won't go. Garrett with the rebound, throws it up off the window, and she's going to be fouled. Will head to the line to shoot a pair.
Foul on Hutchison there.
Hutchison's first, team second here in the period. First foul shot is up and good for Garrett. Her first point of the night. 39-33. Second shot rattles its way in. 5-point ball game, under 30 seconds to play now, third period. Gamble works to her left. Gives it off there for Allie York. York for Carmichael. Carmichael back to York. York lays it up off the window and gets it to go.
Yes.
Runner down the right side, 41-34, 5 seconds left.
Y'all got to get out there, get out there, get out there.
Strunk forced inside the arc. Her shot, no good. Addie Gamble with a token full court heave.
Now listen, if anybody could throw that ball from the opposite end at the free throw line, one-handed, and hit it to the rim, it'd be Addie Gamble.
Yeah, you are probably correct on that assessment.
Oh, Lord, that girl's strong as an ox. It's because she lives on a farm. Her mom farms a lot. They have that farm, and she just single-handedly throws them bales of hay up in the truck.
Yeah. See.
In the square bale days. Just saying.
However, Scott came out of the locker room there at halftime, fired up, clearly ready to go. Kind of caught Clinton on their heels a little bit, but Lady Dragons there in the back half of that third quarter definitely responded. 41-34. Led by 8 at halftime, lead by 7 here entering the fourth quarter. Jim Harris, Lisa Watson, Matt Hagan along here for Dragon Vision. We are live
big
here
fourth
at the Donnie
quarter
Dome.
right here.
Big fourth quarter in a big district game. Always want to win these district games at home especially. So here we go. 41-34. Clinton opens up the period with the basketball. York to Gamble. Gamble off to Burrows. Burrows, nice find.
Yes,
Josie
yes.
Moody off the window and in. Burrows with the dime. Moody with the deposit. 7:40 left to go. Lead is 9. Clinton's largest lead of the game was 10.
Girls, you don't want to get split on a double team trap right there.
3 ball on the way, no good. Rebound going to be grabbed by Burrows for the Lady Dragons. Here comes Gamble the other way. Gamble,
Smart play by Burrows, too.
left side 3, no good for York, and the rebound off to Gracie Lewis. Lewis, probably the smallest player on the floor. Good time out there by Coach Jake Wright for Scott, as his player was either about to lose the ball on a 5-second call, or quite frankly, there was a 10-second violation that was about to be in the equation as well. But as it is, they preserved the possession. And
well, that's one thing about Clinton girls. If they make a mistake, like getting split by a double team right there, they'll make up for it on the other end.
Oh, yeah.
On their full court press.
Yep.
So one of the hardest teams to beat is a team that won't quit.
Yeah.
And that's the Lady Dragons. They have no quit in them.
So 7:12 left to play here in quarter number 4. Game number 1 here, Dragon Vision, on this Tuesday, January the 9th, 2024.
I don't know how the boys matchup is going to go, but this game's a tight one.
This game has been very entertaining. Certainly hope the second one lives up to this billing as well, because this has been a really good game. Morrow back in the game. Certainly glad to see that. Here is Garrett. Free throw line jumper, no good. Tracks down her own rebound. Too strong off the back iron again. Rebound again to Burrows. Burrows for York. York into the front court. York looking to split all of the defenders. Probably should have looked to give that one up on the break.
Should have. She got fouled a little bit right there, and but yeah, she should have passed that ball a little earlier. That girl
Morrow for Garrett, and Garrett going to be whistled for the travel. Coach Wright wondering why Morrow did not take that shot. You've got to think that if you're the coach, you want your top player with as many opportunities as possible.
I know, but Morrow is one of those players who is a very unselfish player.
True.
And girls in high school sometimes that are unselfish and are as good as she is, they're going to have to figure out when to throw it, when not to.
High-low look, Burrows to Carmichael, and Carmichael in the lane puts it up and in. And the lead to 11, largest margin of the night for Clinton.
Burrows was a little quiet on scoring tonight, but once again, there's an unselfish play by Burrows.
Addie Gamble steps in front of the pass. 3-on-1 for the Lady Dragons. Off across the lane to Josie Moody. Back across for Gamble. Gamble from the free throw line, or from the side of the lane there. Puts that one up and in. She's got 6. And it's a 13-point advantage now for the Lady Dragons, as they look to assume absolute control of the top of the standings here in District 3. And again, I can't remember. There's so many numbers. District 4. I know that. 47-34 our score.
And don't worry about learning it, Jim. It'll change.
Right? 5.5 to play. Okay. Here is York able to maintain possession over on that left wing. She comes over to the right side, throws up kind of a wild runner.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
She just wanted to score again.
Yeah, I wouldn't have took that shot.
47-34. Sydney Harrell's about to come in. Here is Lawson. Lawson, baseline jumper, left side, up and in. She's got 8. 47-36. 5 minutes left to play now, fourth quarter.
One thing mistake we made right there on that play is we left the basketball.
Yeah,
you never leave the basketball. Never, ever leave the basketball.
Kind of important in this game.
Yes.
Here is York. York for Carmichael. Carmichael
Good. Oh, come on, Bailey,
Burrows
shoot
off
that
the
thing.
screen, gets it to Moody.
Yeah.
Moody on the left side. Little stop and pop from 8 feet, 49-36, 4.5 to play.
Good pass by Bailey. Good pass.
Here's Gracie Lewis on the outside now for Morrow. Morrow splits the defense, weaves her way through traffic with that left hand. Brittany Morrow now with 14 points in the game.
Sometimes she can just score at will.
Yeah.
She reminds me of Sarah Burton sometimes that can just score anytime she wants to.
So quick hands there by Scott and a timeout now by the Lady Dragons. So Coach Alicia Doherty going to talk things over. 49-38, 4:08 left to play here, fourth quarter. Big game here in District 4. Winner will move to 3-0 in district play. If it's Clinton, they'll also notch their 14th win of the season already. Scott looking to improve to 12-8. Clinton already at 13-4 on the year overall. Been a great year already for a lot of reasons for the Lady Dragons. They would love to steamroll through this district on their way to the postseason.
Yeah.
But to do that, got to take care of business at home, and so far, so good on that front. For the Orange and Black, Sydney Harrell will inbound the ball. Addie Gamble, Bailey Burrows, Josie Moody, and Lainey Carmichael join her on the floor. So here is Moody.
Got a mismatch there. Boom,
Moody
Carmichael.
Carmichael for three, buries it. 16 points for Lainey Carmichael, and it's a 14-point advantage for Clinton, 52-38. Again, largest lead of the night for the Lady Dragons. Down low, here's Hudson, fouled from behind over the back by Bailey Burrows. So that will be before the shot.
So if you're going to foul, not a bad time to foul before a shot. Bailey's got to learn right there, you got to learn how to get around that defender there.
Nothing coming easy for Scott tonight as Addie Gamble totally screwed up the mechanics of that inbounds pass. Results in a scrum that will leave the ball in the hands of the Lady Highlanders. 52-38. Addie Gamble showed up and a rugby game broke out.
Yeah.
3.5 to play. Here's Lawson up top for Lewis. Lewis on the right side. Into the corner, Morrow here on the left.
Stay low. Watch that baseline drive.
Morrow with the drive. That's a foul. Addie Gamble.
Foul.
Yeah, that's a very good foul. Coming across the lane, got her on the wrist, as I like to say. She got her money's worth on that one as well. Spoiled the layup opportunity. So Brittany Morrow will head to the free throw line. 14 points in the game for Morrow, and she's stuck at 14. First foul shot, no good. (52-38). Next up for Clinton, a road trip over to Coreyton to take on the Gibbs Eagles. That's Friday night. Second shot, in and out, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds, last touched by Carmichael. So it'll stay with Scott. Next up for the Lady Highlanders, they will be at home to take on Union County. That game also on Friday. Cross-court pass, here's Morrow into the paint. Nice moves in the paint. She's got 16. It's 52-40.
That's 3:07
left to go.
Now, you'll see Scott County, they'll start applying some pressure right here. And so this is where, look, double team, triple team,
Here's
Euro moves by Gamble.
Can't get it to go. Rebound, tracked down by Gracie Lewis. Ball almost stolen by Carmichael. Now it's back in the hands of Lewis. She gets it into the front court. Up ahead. Here is the three, and a good foul right there. Sydney Harrell on the floor.
I don't know. Sydney should have probably. I mean, she made sure she didn't make it.
That's going to say it's a shooting foul.
It was, and they're going to. I mean, she made sure she didn't make it, but that's a shooting foul.
I thought there was a chance maybe before she got into the motion of the shot is where the contact happened. I was not correct, and so it will be this young lady at the line. Second shot is no good, so neither foul shot good there.
And they got the rebound and put it back up. Morrow did.
So Morrow now with 8 points, or 18 points in the game, 9 in each half. Here's a foul against Scott the other direction. That is going to be on Zoe Price, her first, team's first.
Now right here is where Clinton needs to take care of the basketball, work for the easy shot, run some time off the clock.
Yeah.
Work for that easy shot, protect it because they're going to be pressuring. So good athleticism right there.
Great pass, great finish.
my
Addie
goodness.
Gamble with 8 points off the nifty pass from Josie Moody. 54-42, 2:15 left.
That's an advantage Josie has up there.
More quick hands. Gamble almost able to come out of there with the steal. Ends up on the Scott bench.
That's an advantage Josie has being as tall as she is. She can see from the top of the key that pass is open.
2:08 left to go. 54-42. Lady Dragons in control here down the stretch. Branscombe gives it over to Lewis. Dangerous pass.
Steal.
Here's Lawson. Lawson back outside. Branscombe for Morrow.
She's going to drive baseline and
left
go up
side.
for that
Can't get it
little
to go
shot.
that time. No foul to bail her out. And it's going to be Addie Gamble with the loose basketball.
I would say slow it down, but Gamble don't know how.
Laney gets it to go and one. Great pass by Gamble in transition. She laid it off across the way for Carmichael. Carmichael went up strong with it, got fouled in the process, and it's 56-42.
Yeah.
And foul whistled on Branscombe, her first.
I would say slow it down and work the clock, but Gamble has it. She doesn't know but one speed, and that's fast and hard.
56-42, minute 43 left, and the shot is up. Carmichael makes this a 15-point game. New largest margin of the night for the Lady Dragons. Up 15 with under 2 minutes to play.
That girl has split us every single time.
Lewis for Hudson. Her pass deflected. Hudson able to regather it. The ball knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Scott. It'll be Clinton basketball with a minute 43 left.
She threw that ball. She the timeout by Scott County.
Yeah.
But she threw that ball. She made that pass right to Allie York, and she wasn't expecting it.
No, not at all. Like a defensive lineman in football, just surprised it was there. 57-42, minute 43 left to go. I don't know if anybody has not heard yet, but Mike Vrabel fired today as the Tennessee Titans head football coach. Back-to-back losing seasons in Nashville. That'll make that happen. But here, everybody's job is safe. Right now, the Lady Dragons with a very safe-sounding 15-point lead. Minute 43 left. Lady Dragon bench players who they're paying attention to the huddle, but they're also doing a little dancing down there.
Now here's what coach is telling them right here, girls. Let's eat some time off the clock. We're going to run our stall, but if you get a layup, you take it. So this is called nothing but a layup timeout.
And NBL?
Yeah, nothing but a layup timeout. Now, we don't have to jack a three.
No
Unless
reason.
if you're feeling it and you're wide open for days, we're not going to shoot you for taking it, but
we'd rather you didn't.
We'd rather eat that clock up and get this game over, and don't give them a chance to get more possessions.
Josie Moody takes the inbounds pass. Moody down the right side for Allie York. Lady Dragons playing a little keep away here. Here's Burrows. Back outside now for Gamble. 90 seconds left to play. 15-point lead for Clinton. Here's Gamble. Nice move off the left side. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Josie Moody. Gamble with the rebound. And then we're going to have, it should be a travel, quite frankly. Looked like Price had it long enough to take 2 steps before losing possession, but it'll remain Clinton basketball. 79 seconds left. Ball inbounded. Josie Moody off the inbound. She'll head to the line to try and complete an old-fashioned three-point play. Moody with 17 points in this game. Lead to 17. About to be 18 if Josie can knock down this free throw. And she cannot. Rebound, though, grabbed by Lainey Carmichael. Back up top, stolen by Julie Lawson. Quick hands by Lawson. Lawson going to get called for a travel right there.
That's because of that wonderful defense by Allie York.
So 69 seconds left, 59-42. All Clinton here after a little hiccup there to start the third quarter, but since then, it has been all Lady Dragons. Here is Gamble into the front court. Clinton going to move to 3-0 in district play, 14-4 overall. Under a minute to play now, 54 seconds. Scott, not really.
Move out,
They're
out.
playing enough defense to get the 5-second call going, but they're not trying to foul here and extend this game. And they are going to try and take advantage, though, of mistakes. And Braylon Russ into the front court, gives it up. Gracie Lewis straight away looking at three. She missed pretty much everything there.
Protect the basketball.
And nice job by the Lady Dragons, a young team, but a team that, they've starting to get a taste for what winning feels like. And they have called off the Dogs. Lady Dragons out here just milking clock. And again, they will move to 14-4, 3-0 in district play. Headed over to Gibbs on Friday. Lady Highlanders going to fall to 11-9, 2-1 in district play. So we'll go ahead and take a little audio break. That'll give us time to do some math. And when we come back, we'll give you a look at the scoring leaders for each team. Start getting you ready for game number 2 of our Dragon Vision basketball doubleheader. Is the Clinton Lady Dragons beating the Scott Lady Highlanders 59-42. We'll be right back with more audio after a few minutes of silence. But still, picture. We're getting faster at the math, Lisa. Faster at the math, probably a good thing. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back here. Got about 14 minutes or so until game number 2 of our Dragon Vision basketball doubleheader. Lady Dragons take game 1, 59-42. Taking a quick look at the scoring leaders for our visitors from Huntsville, Tennessee. Scott, coached by Jake Wright, led by the all-district performer Brittany Morrow. 18 points in the game. She bookended it quite nicely as well. 9 points in the first half, 9 points in the second half. Brittany Morrow led the Highlanders with 18 points. She was the only double-figure scorer. The next up in the scoring column for Scott, Julie Lawson, had 8 points. She, too, of the balanced attack, 4 points in each half. Julie Lawson with 8 points. Checking in next in the scoring column for Scott was Callie Strunk. All 4 of her points came in the second half and came with Brittany Morrow on the bench for an unspecified injury. Morrow, of course, did return to the game, but Callie Strunk took advantage of her opportunity and scored 4 points. Braylon Russ with 3 points. Zoe Price with 3 points as well. And with 2 points apiece to round out the scoring for the Lady Highlanders, Gracie Lewis, Rachel Garrett, and Connor Hudson With the loss, Scott falls to 11-9 on the season, 2-1 in district play. Let's get a look now at your Lady Dragon leaders with Lisa Watson.
All right. Hey, listen, we had 2 girls in double figures tonight. Leading the Lady Dragons in scoring tonight was Lainey Carmichael with 19. Close behind her, Josie Moody with 17. And Addie Gamble added in 8 points, 5 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. Bailey Burrows didn't get on the board tonight, but she was had a very big presence on the boards and also with her assist. Very unselfish play from Bailey Burrows tonight. Allie York was 7 points. Then you had Sydney Harrell with 6. And then that rounds up with Kinsley Hutchinson with 2 points.
She had 2 points, some nice minutes off the bench for the Lady Dragons. So we've got a few minutes here before the game number 2 of this Dragon basketball double dip. My name, of course, Jim Harris. She is Lisa Watson. Matt Hagan's around here somewhere. We've got a whole media empire up here. You got the radio, our radio, their radio. You've got us smack dab here in the middle. And we're certainly glad you all chose to spend at least part of your Tuesday night with us here on Dragon Vision. Again, nobody's getting paid for doing this. At least I'm not. We are not affiliated with the school in any way. We're not here to make money. We're here to bring you Dragon basketball here on Dragon Vision. So, 10.5 minutes left until we get you ready for game number 2 between the Dragons and the Scott Highlanders. Clinton comes in with a record of 4-10. They are 1-1 in district play. And Scott comes in with a record of 12-7 overall. They are 1-1 in the district. Clinton has lost to Anderson County, defeated Union County, and the Scott boys have defeated Cumberland Gap, and they lost against Anderson County earlier in the season. So first game in the calendar year 2024 district-wise for both of these two teams. Of course, last week at this time, we were celebrating the Clinton Lady Dragons getting an historic win over the Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats. Great crowd that night. Pretty good crowd here tonight for this big district doubleheader.
Yeah, for a Tuesday night with bad weather.
Yeah, it is for all those of you out there. If you don't have to be out, don't be out. Don't think it's raining right now, but it was miserable out there earlier. And if you don't like wind, I highly advise you stay indoors. Telling the only part of my old gig that I kind of miss, the ability to play a commercial and take a break so that we don't have to just fill time. So here's what we're going to do to avoid the YouTube copyright laws. We're going to take another quick audio break here, because if we don't say anything, you can hear the music, and if you can hear the music and you hear it long enough, that's apparently a copyright violation, and we would hate to,
do that.
Make the YouTube overlords unhappy. So we'll be right back here. Stick tight. We will be back on the other side of this silence. You will still have picture. But I will say this. We started this broadcast audio only. You may notice if you are watching our feed right now, this is not our normal camera angle. We are using the huddle camera, which is basically a scouting tool used by the coaches, not just here, but all across the United States of America. But that camera is hooked up to the ceiling of the Donnie Dome, and it is beaming the video for you. So Matt Hagan got that connection made. The fix we thought was going to fix it didn't fix it. So this is what you got. But like I said, we'll be right back here in just a couple of moments, and maybe Lisa can give us. Did you just tally up non-points statistics? Is that what you're doing? You're writing down boys rosters. Never
Yeah,
mind.
I'm writing down the boys roster.
All right. We'll be right back. It is Dragon Vision. We'll be back on the other side of 5 minutes of silence. Welcome back, everybody. Clinton High School basketball here on Dragon Vision. Jim Harris, Lisa Watson high above the court here at Don W. Locker Gymnasium on the campus of Clinton High School. 7:26 on a, I think it's just a gray Friday night now. Hopefully that wind has subsided a little bit. If not, I cannot tell you, I went to pick my daughter up from the Clinton Middle School today. I saw, and you don't normally see this unless it's a cartoon, I saw two people have their umbrellas turned inside out by the wind.
Oh, yeah, that wind was something else about 2 or 3 o'clock today.
That's one of those things, you never actually see that really happen in real life, and I saw it happen twice within about 5 minutes of each other. So hopefully the weather cooperating. Hopefully tonight finds you guys having a fantastic night. Lady Dragons got things off to a good start here with a 59-42 win over district rivals, the Scott Lady Highlanders. And the Clinton boys here in the nightcap, they will be going for the three-way sweep. The Clinton girls JV team, before we got started here with the girls varsity, the JV team held off a late charge from Scott to win 43-42. So Clinton's already made it 2 out of 3 tonight. Why not go for the sweep? Scott decked out in some new unis. They've got the black uniforms with the red numerals, the gray and white trim, and they have a Highlander, I can assume, a woodsman of sorts. I think Daniel Boone is across the front of their jerseys.
Yes.
So I believe it's an homage to the logo for Tennessee that you don't use that much anymore because it has a musket in it. But so they've got that going on. Clinton, of course, in their home white with the orange numerals and the black trim. So again, good crowd on hand here tonight. And as always, folks from Huntsville made the trip in spades. We've been up there for a few games. That's a crazy atmosphere when you get up there.
Listen,
they like
that
to try
gym's always packed.
That it is always packed.
And the district will be at Scott County this year.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's a big home court advantage right there.
Yes.
Also, one of my favorite places, though, to broadcast from.
Yes.
Hey, we're doing the national anthem again. We've got the junior ROTC. This time you guys can see it, though. The last time, all you got to do is hear it. So hang on.
They can't say we're not patriotic in Clinton.
For the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars the rule the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night
And our second rendition of the anthem here tonight, this time with words. So good evening once again to all of you out there in Dragon Vision land. Looks like Matt's getting ready to leave.
Yeah, he's got a job now, so he's got to.
Jim does not want to do the scoreboard.
He has to be up early, so he's got to get to bed.
Not as early as he used to have to get up.
That's true. That's true.
So what'd you go? Are you Mr. Hagan? Have you gone to Mr. Hagan, or are you Matt, or are you Mr. Matt? Gotcha. Matt, of course, now teaching the next generation of digital media types over at ACCTC. It's dangerously close to a lot of Mavericks.
If y'all get a minute tonight, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, I think they're going to have some of the Lady Dragons actually go to that BBB communications with DJ Pendergrass.
Yeah.
And they're going to bring in some Lady Dragons to interview tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So if y'all want to tune into that, I think that's happening tomorrow night.
Yep, BBB, of course, on your Comcast cable, and, of course, a myriad of other ways to watch as well. If you go to BBBTV12.com, you can find a whole list of all of them. I know a lot about BBB after my 20-some-odd year partnership with Brad and the gang down there in Oak Ridge. They do a fantastic job. Looking forward to seeing some Lady Dragons on your television tomorrow. So the starting lineups have been introduced. I missed every single one of them, so we'll figure all that out together. Of course, the Dragon starting lineup about to be introduced. Clinton 4-10 on the year, 1-1 in the district. Scott also 1-1 in district play.
At a wing, number 4, LeBron Booker.
Jacob Dooley, LeBron Booker.
And another wing, number 3, Bryson Maddox.
Maddox, long, athletic, can play inside, outside.
At guard, number 1, Jeremiah Lee.
He's just exciting. That can either be a good thing or a bad thing, but he is exciting.
And at point guard, number 23, Carter Nelson.
And Carter Nelson getting the start here tonight.
The Dragons are coached by Chris Locker.
You know, I've watched Chris in the last few days practicing his team. He spends fourth block working on skills and drills, trying to get these guys a little more improved in their skill area. And then the girls will practice from 4 to 5:30, and then Chris brings his crew back in to have his regular team prep, team practice.
That's almost like two-a-days.
Yeah.
But not two-a-days, because I'm pretty sure you can't do two-a-days.
Well, it gets a lot of shooting and drills and stuff like that done during fourth block. Chris is feeling a little bit under the weather. He is sitting down right now. I don't know.
He is sitting down.
Look at him. He's feeling under the weather. Now, I talked to him the other day, and he did have some congestion and stuff going on. So,
well, then I'm glad he wears your headset when he comes up for the interview.
Did you just hear that? So I'll be sick now because I'm wearing the headset Chris uses.
That ball is, saved. And it will be controlled by the Dragons. Down low, Nelson to Dooley, and Dooley. Just like that. One thing I've watched Chris Locker do over the last 25 years, and that is try to score as quickly as possible off the opening tip.
I hate to say that, but I'm not sure how that wasn't over and back on the tip. We tipped it to the front court and threw it to the back court.
I think it was initially touched by Scott.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So Wyatt Lloyd knocks down the shot, and it's 2-2. 7:25 left to go, just underway here. Game number 2 as the Dragons look for the three-way sweep here in this District 4 District 4 action.
Even if they tipped it, we gained possession, though, Jim.
True.
I'm a little confused about it. Maybe they just missed it.
Very possible. A lot happened very quickly.
You can catch a lot up here that you can't catch down there.
So here's Lee to Nelson. Over to Booker on the left wing. Back up top for Nelson. Nelson to Maddox in the corner
Scott
now.
County in a 2-3 zone. Oh.
Here is Nelson. Nice pass outside. Booker's three won't fall. Rebound collected by Wyatt Lloyd. Lloyd gives it up for Sky Babb. Here's Babb. Free throw line runner won't go. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Nelson. Here come the Dragons, back the other way. Nelson at the free throw line, drops it off down low. Bryson Maddox, good find, better finish, and it's 4-2. Dragons with their first lead of the night. Second lead, pardon me. Either way, it's 4-2. With the ball, here is Isaiah Washam. Washam through the lane, lost the handle on the ball. Jeremiah Lee trying to dribble that one behind his back. Little fancy right there, goes out of bounds and off of his back heel. So 6:05 left.
Look, the referees are going to be in shock tonight because Chris Lockhart is sitting down.
Yeah, we might as well. We need to take advantage of this while
they're
still reeling.
all in shock at this moment.
So Booker gets a quick breather. Tegan Bollinger checks in for the first time. Here is Washam. Just to pick up his dribble, gets it back outside now for Babb. Babb knocks it down from the right side of the lane, and we're knotted up at 4 apiece. So 5:38 left to go.
Another turnover for us, huh?
So ball headed back
sure
the other
what
way
happened.
to Scott. Yeah, Lockhart hadn't stood up once. 2.5 minutes in, that's going to be out of bounds and a turnover back the other way. So the intensity definitely there because you can tell this is a district game, just has a little bit grittier feel to it. So you just get the feeling that all these possessions are going to end up being pretty big. Nelson kind of no-looked, should have looked. 5:20 left to go. Into the front court comes Toby Garrett. Free throw line jumper is good for Garrett. 6-4, and that is a near steal. Sky Babb got a hand on that one, and he is going to be out of bounds. So here is Bollinger to inbound for the orange and black. Nelson, if you ask me, nobody did. Nelson needs to settle down, look
Slow
for the
down a
solid
little bit.
pass
Make
rather
the
than the
easy pass.
spectacular pass.
Yes, make the easy pass. Easy passes are my favorite. The short, easy passes.
So here's Julie with it. Skip pass. Nelson. His jumper good. Carter Nelson for three. And the Dragons retake the lead 7-6. And a foul against Bollinger back the other way. Oh, delay of game, excuse me. Delay of game warning on Bollinger.
Yeah.
So with 4:48 left to go, Highlanders ball.
You got to let it go. When the ball goes through the net, let it go.
Here's Washam. He gets it down low for Garrett. Garrett working against Dooley, drives in with a left hand. Foul coming. Think they're going to get Dooley on that one. Let's see. A couple of Dragons in the vicinity, but looks like it is, yes, Jacob Dooley's first and the team's second. Team's first, pardon me. 4:36 left to go. 7-6 our score. Clinton with the lead at the line, trying to tie it first is Toby Garrett. He does. Garrett with 3 points now. Booker back into the game. Caden Eisen checks in. Jacob Dooley gonna sit down for Eisen, or excuse me, for Booker. Ison's about to check in. He will check in now, and he will check in for Bryson Maddox. So 8-7 the score, 4:36 left to play. Scott with the lead, Clinton with the ball. Booker for Bollinger out there with Nelson, Ison, and Lee. 4:25 left to play now, first quarter. Booker up top for Nelson, working it around the perimeter now for Lee. Lee for Bollinger on the right wing. Back up top for Lee, Lee for Booker. Dragons probing. Here is Ison outside. Nelson for three. That one's in and out, no good. Rebound tipped by Ison, controlled by Bollinger, and we're going to get a travel whistled against Clinton. Bollinger unable to set his feet in the paint after getting control of that ball. So 3:55 left to go, 8-7 the score. Scott with the lead. They've got the ball up by one. Here is Washam stepping into a long jumper, no good. Rebound collected by Ison. Ison for Bollinger. Bollinger hands it back to Jeremiah Lee. Lee on the left side. Mismatch there on the perimeter. Gets it outside now for Booker. Down the baseline. Here's Bollinger. Bollinger back outside for Nelson. Nelson got up in the air a little bit too much on that shot. Off the mark to the left, and the rebound comes off to Sky Babb. There is a pass thrown away. So neither team playing what you'd call clean basketball right now, but so far, again, just like we saw in the first game, very entertaining start to this big district clash between the Dragons and the Highlanders. 3:21 left to play, first quarter. Scott up by one, 8-7. Clinton with the ball. Ison, Maddox, Dooley, Bollinger, and Braylon Hayden has checked in for Clinton. Here's Ison back outside for Hayden. Hayden to Maddox. Maddox outside now along the baseline, I should say, for Tegan Bollinger. Maddox, Bollinger left side. Back to Bryson. Under 3 minutes to play now in this first quarter. Dragons very deliberate in their half-court offense here.
Just being patient on offense, working for the good shot. Against the zone, best way to beat a zone is quick passes, penetrating gaps.
That one got through. Dragons got away with one right there. That's going to be a foul, and Jacob Dooley will head to the line to try and complete the old-fashioned three-point play. But that pass missed its initial target, but right place, right time. Jacob Dooley comes out of there with the basketball and the 2 points. So he's going to try and make this a 2-point lead now for his Dragons. 9-8 the score. First foul of the game whistled against Toby Garrett. First against Scott as a team. Shot is halfway down, out, no good. Rebound, last touched by Clinton. It'll be Scott basketball.
Good hustle play by Maddox, almost getting that save for out of bounds and grabbing a rebound. One of our football team's wide receivers, he's a good little athlete.
And that's going to be out of bounds. Turnover right there, whistled against Scott.
Oh, Coach Sluckert is standing up.
He is up.
He is alive.
He had a player to yell at, so he's good now.
Oh, sat back down.
Maybe he's only up once a quarter. Maybe his doctor put him on a strict limit.
Maybe.
9-8 the score. Shot missed by the Dragons. Off the other direction come Wyatt Lloyd. Lloyd with the left hand, can't get it to go. Rebound going to be tied up. Braylon Hayden and Wyatt Lloyd tied up. The arrow keeps it with Scott. Minute 49 left to play. Here is Garrett. His shot no good. Rebound to Dooley. And now here come the Dragons back the other way. Minute 40 left to play. Bollinger Into the lane, again, trying to go for the spectacular rather than the sound pass. And it's a turnover. Wholesale substitutions coming on now for the Dragons. 4 substitutions will come in. Dooley, Ison, Hayden, and Maddox take seats. So it's Booker, Nelson, Lee, and Richardson checking in for Clinton. Only Tegan Bollinger remains on the floor from the 5 that were out there a moment ago for the orange and black. Here's Babb into the lane. Babb tied up, lost the handle on the ball. Now on the outside. Continuing to work it around. Long jumper, no good. Rebound, saved back in. Scott, 3-ball on the way. Sky Babb. He's got 5, and it's 11-9. Scott on the other end. Dragons looking to answer. They cannot. There is a foul whistled against Scott. That is going to be on Garrett, his second. 64 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. Checking back in will be Wyatt Lloyd. So 64 seconds left here in this first quarter. Both these teams looking to get above 500 in district play after 3 games. Here is a long pass up ahead. Jeremiah Lee got a finger on that. Could not bring it down.
Thank goodness, because he was behind the defense. I mean, if they'd have caught that pass, that would have been an easy layup.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a great save by Jeremiah Lee.
59 seconds left, contact at midcourt, and that's going to be a foul whistled against Clinton. That's going to be the second on Bollinger here in the quarter. So 2 starters, 1 for each team now with 2 fouls.
It's actually 1 on Tegan. The other one was on
right.
Jacob Dooley. Yep.
Oh, okay. You are correct. So that'll be the first on Bollinger. Either way, Bollinger comes out of the game, and it'll be Jaslov to check in. Here is a nice defensive play there by Carson Richardson. No easy passes into the corner that side. So with 54 seconds left. It'll be Scott ball out of bounds. Inbounding the ball just barely, Brennan Brummett. Rebound inside, put up and in. Sky Babb, he's got 7. And the Dragons getting a little out of sorts here. Down by 4, 13-9. Babb in traffic, throws it up. They're going to say tipped by Clinton. They're going to say Booker got a hand on that. Goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Highlanders.
They had to say that because they didn't call a foul.
13-9 the score. Here's Babb for Washam. Washam up top. Into the corner now. Lloyd at the free throw line. Jumper is good. He's got 4, and it's 15-9. 18 seconds left. Here's Nelson. Cross court now. Now to Lee. In fact, both of the Nelsons, Carter and Camden, on the floor right now. Here's a turnover. Coming back the other way, it's Scott with 2 seconds left. They throw it up, and that is how the first quarter will end. Our score, the Scott Highlanders lead the Clinton Dragons 15-9 after 1 quarter of play. The Dragons just need to find some rhythm offensively. Well, this zone defense, like you pointed out, causing some difficulty for the Dragons.
We look a little stagnant against that zone defense. Nobody's moving. We're making a pass. Everybody's looking, but nobody's moving.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Chris, during this timeout right here, is going to be letting these guys know, you can't stand around against the zone. You've got to flash. You got to penetrate. You got to create.
Yeah.
You got to create. That's what you got to do.
So this Dragon team still feels like it's searching for its identity during the course of this season. You know, the Lady Dragons, you know, it seems like they found their identity, and that's just, you know, follow the lead of your starting 6. You know, this Dragon team, you can tell there's a lot of exciting pieces, but so far it just doesn't feel like it's totally come together yet.
I agree. Chris has got talent on this team. He's got some great talent. He's just got to figure out and get them to buy into what he's selling, and he'll do it. Hey, listen, he will do it. He's like his dad. You know, they are going to find a way to win.
Yep.
And Chris is being patient with this group, which is what they need. And so by the end of the season, I mean, I know we're still mid-season now. By the end of the season, he'll have them ready for their district tournament.
Absolutely. So here we are, second quarter underway, 15-9 the score. Clinton opens up the period with the ball.
Okay, you see some more movement there. That's what he talked about during that timeout. You're seeing people flash, you're seeing people take it to the hoop, and you're seeing people score.
And we need to see more of that. Jeremiah Lee with a nice, aggressive move to the basket. He gets hit in the head, and he'll have an opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play. But that right there, that possession looked more like Dragon half-court basketball.
Yes.
And bam. There you go. It's a tale of two quarters here, 15-12. Good start for Clinton here. 30 seconds gone by in quarter number 2. They've cut the lead in half, 15-12. 7:26 left to go. And that's a good finish at that end by Wyatt Lloyd.
Tough shot. He definitely made that look easy, but
here's Maddox. It looks like he was trying to answer with a spectacular play of his own, driving down the right side of the lane. He's going to draw the foul. 2 shots coming for Maddox. So with 7:15 left, second foul on Lloyd. Excuse me, first foul on Lloyd. Second against Scott as a team. Maddox's first foul shot is up and good. He's got 3 points. Second one off the back iron, no good. Rebound to Babb. Babb crosses the timeline, 7:05 left. Babb to Lloyd. Lloyd just a sophomore, but a talented one. He gets the drive on Dooley. Block shot by Maddox. That was great help on the backside by Maddox, but going for the rebound. Going to be 2 shots coming up. They are going to get Caden Eisen on the foul, his first. Team's first here in the second. 17-13 remains the score. So Brennan Brummett shooting 2. First one rattles its way home. Eisen takes his seat. Booker checks back in for Clinton. Jacob Lowe checks out for Scott. Here's Booker with the rebound off the missed free throws. 6:50 left to play. Booker over on the right side for Jeremiah Lee for 3. That one's short. Little hesitation there. It looked like he wanted to pass initially. Nothing was there. Fired up the shot and maybe had second thoughts halfway through the motion. No second thought there. Oh, my goodness. Landon Goodman steps outside and hits a 3.
And backpedals back to the defensive end. Jeremiah Lee.
On the other end, Jeremiah goes right side baseline, puts it up and in, 21-15. I'm sorry if you told me before the game that Landon Goodman, that's going to be a travel. Jeremiah a little indecisive about how he wanted to go up with that basketball.
Not sure if his knee didn't get a hitch in it right there on that shot. He landed hard and he didn't go up strong like he would have normally.
It looked to me like there was some indecision there about halfway, and he was like, do I want to go up with the left or the right? Or, oh, man, I've waited too long. Here's Brummett. But I'm sorry, if you'd have told me before the game, without having looked at it, Landon Goodman for 3, if you'd have told me that Goodman kid was going to be the one that hit the first 3 of the game, I'd have laughed at you. Here is Booker off a great find from Bollinger.
Great assist by Bollinger and a finish by Booker.
21-17, Dragons back within 4. 5:30 left to play. There is a foul on the outside. Looks like they're going to get Maddox on this one. Nope.
Jeremiah.
It's going to be on Lee.
His first, team second.
His first, team second here in the period. 5:32 left to go. Dooley checks out. Hayden checks back in for the orange and black. Ball inbounded to Babb by Goodman. Here's Babb up top. Babb left side gets it over to Wyatt Lloyd, and the Dragons going to have to find him. Oh, excuse me, Washam with the three.
Yes, number 2, Washam hit that 3.
So Washam with the big triple, and it's back to a 7-point lead for the Highlanders. Here's Lee, Maddox, left side 3, off the mark, no good. Rebound will be collected up ahead. Here's Goodman. He'll get called for a travel as he tried to set himself upon receiving that pass at the free throw line. So with under 5 minutes to play, Jacob Dooley going to check in at the next dead ball. Dragons down by 7 with the ball here at home. Lee, cross-court pass for Booker. Booker for Maddox. Maddox dumps it off down low for Bollinger to Hayden, and Braylon Hayden on the board for the first time tonight. Makes it 24-19 with 4 minutes and 32 seconds left to play in this first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll chat with Lady Dragon head coach Alicia Doherty about her team's big district win here in game number 1. Meanwhile, here is Brummett going up strong, high off the window, can't get it to go. Brummett got his defender in the air. Heady basketball right there as Brummett takes advantage of Braylon Hayden inside. Here is Lee. Lee going to be fouled on the step through. They're going to get Lloyd on that one, it looks like. Lloyd trying to plead his case to no avail.
That's on Wyatt Lloyd, his second.
That's his second. He's got 6 points. He's going to check out, and Jacob Lowe going to check into the game. Meanwhile, for Clinton, Dooley and Carter Nelson check back in. Maddox and Hayden get a breather for the Dragons. So 26-19, halfway through this second quarter. Booker up ahead for Lee. Lee, left side, Nelson for 3, buries it. Carter Nelson with his second triple of the first half, and it's 26-22. Dragons gotten within 4 a couple of times, can't get any closer. Let's see if they can string together a couple of stops here. Here's Brummett with the ball on the right wing. Brummett on the drive, spins, kicks it back outside. Here's Washam for 3, got it. So Washam with 6 points. At the other end, here's Dooley. And that is going to be an offensive foul whistled against Dooley. He can't believe it.
Well,
the more demonstrative a player is protesting a foul, the more guilty I assume they are.
Well, Dooley didn't realize, but he led with the elbow on that play. Anytime you lead with the elbow and not your foot and elbow at the same time, it's going to be an offensive foul.
29-22, that's more a player safety thing than anything else, I would assume. Those elbows are pointy. Here is Goodman. Goodman back up top for Lowe. Lowe on the right wing for Washam. 29-22. Here's Babb. Babb drives, fouled on the floor. That is going to be on Booker. His first. Team's 4th here in the period. Next one puts Scott in the bonus for the remainder of the half. So 2:58 left to go. Here's Lowe. Lowe up top. Lowe for Babb. Babb spins in the lane. Going to get called for the travel. So
you know, they're doing this move now where they wrap the basketball up like a fullback would hold a football, and it's to draw foul, protect, or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes that creates a little wobbling with the basketball. But if they ever get that move down, I mean, it's a smart move if you're going in the land of the Giants. I'm not sure it's a good move on a spin.
Here is Nelson, ambitious pass inside for Maddox, tipped around, found its way to Bollinger. Bollinger's field goal attempt would not go in. Landon Goodman with the rebound along the baseline. That is going to be a timeout taken by Scott to avoid any hint of a 10-second violation.
Or a
Against
turnover.
his Highlanders, yeah.
Yeah.
So 29-22, 2:16 left to play here in quarter number 2.
Clinton closing the gap here, having a rough, slow start, but get a lot more movement in the second quarter. A little more
Second quarter
action.
has certainly been much more enjoyable, I think, from a Dragon fan perspective than the first quarter. First quarter, they seemed a little sluggish coming out of the gate. Maybe it was the week-long layoff, but either way, they have woken up. This Scott team, though, tell you what, I still feel like this Clinton team is being played like the team that went to state 2 years ago, because it seemed like there was a target on that team's back, and certainly last year, replacing all those guys, everybody seemed to enjoy going after the Dragons when they're a little bit down. This team has a very much that same feel to it.
Well, there's a history there. Scott County's had, and Chris Locker both, these coaches have coached against each other for years and years, and so I'm sure there's been some competitiveness between the coaches there.
So ball knocked away from the Dragons. It'll stay with Clinton. Here's Nelson. Nelson got away with another spectacular pass. Had to travel against Booker.
Yeah, he called that a little late. I mean, it was the right call, but he pump fake, shot, and then he called it. It was the right call, though.
98 seconds left to play here in quarter number 2. Dragons down by 7. Here is Babb. That rebound tapped around, controlled by Scott. Landon Goodman along the baseline, blocked by Maddox. That shot changed by Maddox, but the rebound by Babb. Up and in. He's got 9 points here in this first half, and it's a 9-point lead. 31-22, largest of the half for Scott. That three-pointer did everything
Booker.
but go in. LeBron Booker there to clean it up. He's got 4, and the lead back down to 7 with under a minute to play. 31-24. .45 seconds left. Here's Goodman straight away. Look at a 3, and the most unassuming three-point shooter on the court drops his second one in, and there's a turnover going back the other way. So it's going to be Scott basketball with an opportunity to extend their already 10-point lead. So 34-24. So 39.9 seconds left to go here in quarter number 2.
Chris tried to make a substitution. One official said, no, you waited too late to go to the table. I'm not understanding that. The ball wasn't necessarily administered to the passer-inner yet, so I'm not sure what that was about. Maybe because he didn't check in at first, started to run out, made him go back. I'm not sure what that was.
Administrative nonsense. Here is Lowe outside. Babb for 3, knocks it down.
Not without being contested by Jeremiah Lee. Tough shot right there.
And there is Maddox.
Great.
He'll lay it up and in, and he will go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Good
athletic move by Maddox. Foul by Landon Goodwin.
So Goodman with the foul, his first, team's 4th. 7.7 seconds left. Three-point play complete for Maddox. He has 6 points to lead Clinton. Well, tied for the team lead. At 3, no good. Long rebound. And that That shot was absolutely brought about by the fact that Sky Babb looked at the clock to our left, which we've discussed numerous times. The top bar on the minute hand, or the minute side of it, does not work.
Yes.
So he thought that instead of 7.7 seconds,
you feel my pain,
that he had
don't you,
1.1 seconds. Absolutely. I will say this, though.
Not
there
only-
are several other clocks to look at.
Yeah, but that one's the closest to you. As a coach sitting on the bench here, that's my angle. I'm looking that way. I'd have to turn around to look back this way and look up high. So I've made some coaching errors because of that blame clock. I need to get it fixed. I wonder why that guy shot like that so early.
It was very, very quick shot, and now we know why. Here comes Lady Dragon head coach Alicia Doherty. She is on her way over to our broadcast position as her team picks up the big 59-42 win in our opener here tonight on Dragon Vision. And we are joined by Lady Dragon head coach Alicia Doherty. First of all, Coach, great win. Obviously, when we were standing here a week ago, we were celebrating an historic win. How do you think your girls responded? Obviously, they won by 17 against a tough district opponent. Was there at all on your part any concern that maybe there's still a little bit of come down off that Oak Ridge game? And how do you think your girls responded tonight against Scott?
You know, we talked about it Tuesday. I told them to enjoy the night, celebrate. Wednesday, they had their first day off since Christmas. So I gave them last Wednesday off since we didn't play Friday. But when we came back to school on Thursday, I said, now it's over.
Yeah.
That was a great win. You girls did something that for 33 years other people couldn't do. However, in the scheme of district and region and postseason, it means nothing, right?
Yep.
So we talked about how we got to come off that high and we got to start focusing on district play because we got 6 or 8 in a row. I thought the girls, we came out a little sluggish. We did not play our best ball, in my opinion. However, that Scott County team's a good team. They kind of kept the tempo down some, and we kind of played into that, which is not our game.
Right.
And so that's what we talked about at halftime. Like, we're not jogging the ball up the court. We're not walking it up the court. That's what they want. It's not what we want. And I thought that we had better effort. I felt like we woke up a little bit in the second half. We had better effort. We had better bench energy. We had better energy on the court. I thought that they shared the ball well tonight.
Very
we just
well.
missed 15-ish paint shots. But I thought we were looking for each other and sharing the ball really well tonight.
Absolutely. Obviously, you pick up the big district win here, but I know that especially, at this level of basketball, always looking for that improvement. Where do you want to see your team get better as we get ready for Gibbs on Friday?
We've got it on, defensively, we've got to do a better job of stop and drive. We've had to resort a little bit to some zones. We knew that they did not handle the ball so well, so our plan was to trap them, put a lot of pressure on the point guard, and then trap them as much as we could, which is why we ran 13 a lot tonight. We were able to get our deflections and the steals that we wanted, but when we're sitting in our man-to-man defense, we're not doing a great job at stopping initial drive. And so we've been working in practice on gapping as soon as they put it on the ground to gap them some to keep that initial girl in front of us, because when we're getting beat off the dribble and then we're having to help and then help the helper, it's not very pretty, especially if you're face guarding somebody. So if we're doing a no catch on somebody, sometimes that help the helper isn't there. And so we have been working on being able to stop initial drive. That is something that we have got to get better at. And then as far as offensive goes, we've got to do a better job, and they're getting better. I mean, you got to think mentally, they're not seniors.
Yeah.
And, some kids are 15 years old, 14 years old going out there. But we've got to do a better job at seeing our mismatches. We're screaming them. We're talking about them in practice. we watched them on film, and, I said if 35's guarding Bailey and Morrow's guarding, let's say, Laney, Joe's got the mismatch. There's nobody on their team that even comes up to her shoulder.
Yeah.
Like, we have got to do a better job. And they did recognize and see that at times tonight, but we've got to be able to do that in games moving forward. We've got to be very unselfish, and then, maybe it's Joe's night one night, maybe it's Laney's night the next night, and Addie's night. But overall, they're doing a great job of being good teammates.
And that kind of leads me into my next question. Both Laney and Josie in double figures tonight, 19 and 17, 19 for Laney, 17 for Josie. It seems like, and we've talked about, there are 6 players on this team that can go off on any given night for 20 or 30 points. But it seems like those 2 are your most consistent as far as giving you those double-digit scoring nights every single night and allowing the others to kind of fill in. And I think it also kind of goes back to what we've talked about all season long, just how versatile and how multifaceted this team can be. But just talk about how steady and consistent those 2 have been.
Josie and Laney both are averaging about 16, 17 points a game and very close to 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
So those 2, they're sophomores, and they're averaging a double-double, basically. I thought that, last year we had Addie at the 1 a lot just because Addie's a bulldoze. You put somebody out there with tough defense on them, Addie's still going to go at them. And I think that Josie has grown up so much, in Tampa, and they let us play down in Tampa. But just watching Josie take the 1 and just slinging girls off of her as she's controlling the 1 with no turnovers. Yeah. And it's impressive. And then, Laney, you saw her shine last year. She's shining again this year. Those 2 girls, they're always going to play hard. And sometimes offensively, maybe it's not there, but they're going to get their rebounds. They're going to get their steals. They're going to get their deflections. And they're always going to work out there, up, down, whoever it is. And they're very unselfish. Sometimes they make too many passes, and I'm like, shoot the ball, shoot the ball. But, those 2 girls, again, averaging a double-double. Tonight's a weird night to only have 2 in double figures.
Yeah.
We've been averaging 3 and 4 in double figures. Again, I don't think we played our best ball tonight. I thought it was very sloppy basketball. I don't think we took advantage of our when we had offensive transitions, 3-on-2s, 3-on-1, 2-on-1. I don't think we took advantage of getting to the rim and scoring. Again, that's something I as a coach can work on. But I thought in the second half they woke up a little bit. And again, this Scott County team's good. They've got 11 wins on the year. They've beat some really good teams. They've hung tough with some really good basketball teams. The number 35, she's strong.
Yeah.
Morrow's good. The little point guard, little blonde number 1, she's a good little ball handler or a good little scorer. But Addie did a great job stopping her initially, and she was kind of quiet most of the night. They have girls that can shoot it. Tonight just wasn't their night from the outside. They went on that little 8-point run, I felt like it was, in the third. But our girls did a good job of taking a deep breath and then kind of running back with them.
I'll get you out of here on this one, but going back to last week, obviously 74 games, 33 years. We've talked about it ad nauseum. But since that time, what's been the coolest reaction or response, or a player or a coach from the past that's reached out to you? What's been the coolest thing that's happened to you as a result of that Oak Ridge win a week ago?
Jim, I can't tell you how many people have reached out to me, coaches that I've coached against, ADs that I've coached against, just reached out and just said, congratulations, big win. And I think it was it's not an elephant in the room. I think everybody knows that it's been years and years and years since Clinton has beat Oak Ridge, and I don't think we played our best ball that night and came away with the win. But it's just to see these girls celebrate. I didn't tell you, I told some of them, but on Tuesday there was a case of waters in the locker room, and I had walked by them before the game started and was like, man, these need to be in the refrigerator for the girls. So I sent them in the refrigerator. Little did I know those were to pour on me after the game. But that's how confident those girls were. There was no doubt in Bailey Burrow's mind that we were winning that ball game, and she was dumping water on me. So, these girls are not scared of the name on their jersey. And I told them that before. I said, I don't see that look in your eye that I've seen in the past. We don't have to overcome 15 points of you being scared. I said, we just got to play. And, again, it is to see the reaction, to see people I don't even know in Food City tell me congratulations. It's just a cool feeling. And again, for these girls, you know, I told them, I said, I myself put that jersey on and I couldn't do what you did.
Yeah.
And that's special. Like, it gives me chill bumps talking about it. But this group is special, and we've not even began to peak yet.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping as we get rolling into district play that we'll kind of get some pieces together that we had missing. But I'm proud of these girls. Not the best win, but a W is a W at the end of the night.
Absolutely. Alicia Doherty, thank you very much. We'll see you Friday over at Gibbs.
Thank you, Tim.
That is Lady Dragon head coach Alicia Doherty as her team picks up the 17-point win here at home. Taking a quick look at the numbers here as we get you ready for the second half between the Dragons and the Highlanders. Scott being led by Sky Babb. He has 12 points. 3 Scott players with 6 points apiece. Isaiah Washam, Wyatt Lloyd, and Landon Goodman. And then answering on the other end, or to open up the scoring here, it's Sky Babb. He quickly jacks in a 3. And the lead back up to actually to 13, largest of the night for the Highlanders. Here's Bollinger, his pass across the way to Jeremiah Lee, tipped away by Sky Babb. Right now, the Highlanders have the look of a team that is going for the jugular. 40-27, they would love to put this game away here early in the third. Here's Jeremiah Lee, nice find for Tegan Bollinger, maybe one pass too many to Caden Eisen in the paint, and it remains a 13-point affair. 40-27, just underway here in the third quarter.
We've got 2 scoring leaders for Clinton. Carter Nelson with 6 and Bryson Maddox with 6. Jeremiah Lee with 5 close by, and LeBron Booker with 4. And Braylon Hayden with 2.
Here's a missed shot from the left side for Scott, goes over top of the backboard. And so that is effectively out of bounds, so it is Clinton basketball. Hayden for Lee. Around the horn to Maddox. Dragons looking for a little spark here in the second half. Bollinger outside for Lee. Here's Hayden back outside. Jeremiah got his defender to run past him. Not able to do anything with it. Now it's Lee back outside for Hayden. Sort of an indecisive pass into the post for Eisen. Cross court, he finds Maddox. Maddox goes up strong, and that's an offensive foul. They're going to get Maddox on that one. And with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go, third quarter.
Good call by the officials. Boy was set. Once you get airborne, though, it's kind of hard to change your direction.
Then you have to start worrying about gravity and other laws of physics, and that's above my pay grade. Here is Sky Babb. He's got the ball out front. Babb gives it up for Washam. Washam back out near midcourt. 2 minutes gone by here in the second half. Clinton down 13. Along the baseline. Strong move by Wyatt Lloyd. He's going to be fouled. I think they're going to get Hayden on this one. Let's see. It is going to be on Hayden.
That's number 10, Braylon Hayden, his first.
That's his first, team second in the third quarter. So Lloyd will be at the line to shoot a pair. He's got 6 points. First one is up, and it is good. 41-27. Hayden checks out. Carson Richardson checks in for Clinton.
You know what I've seen missing in Scott County and Clinton. You know, we used to have these big post players that had some meat on them and could bang up inside. And neither team, I know they typically have that on both teams, but we're missing a component like that.
Yeah, we are definitely at a size disadvantage inside. There is a 3 for Carson Richardson.
One basket, Carson Richardson.
Yay, Carson.
Richardson, that's what he is in the lineup to do, is to knock down some threes, play a little defense. That's going to be an offensive foul. They're going to get Wyatt Lloyd. If my calculations are correct, that's his third.
Wyatt Lloyd, his third, team first of the half.
Team's first here in the third quarter, and that is going to necessitate a quick lineup change. Jacob Lowe will come onto the floor for Lloyd. Lloyd with 8 points in the game as he sits down with that third foul. 5.5 to play. Bollinger into the front court. On the wing, right side, Jeremiah Lee along the baseline. He has to give it up, and he's not able to, well, got it out to Bollinger, but Bollinger was not able to corral that one before he sailed out of bounds. And so again, the most unassuming basketball player on the floor, Landon Goodman, inbounds the ball. Now it's Babb, back to Goodman. Goodman thought about the three. Back over here to Babb. Babb working up top. 5 minutes left to play, third quarter. Cross-court pass for Washam. Working the ball around the perimeter right now. There's a pass into the paint, deflected away, saved by Scott, still loose on the floor. Again, the ball still loose, scramble for it, and we have a tie ball, and it's going to favor the Dragons. Nice effort from both these teams right there. Tremendous play as everybody wanted a piece of that loose ball, and I think everybody on the floor may have touched that ball during that whole exchange.
That did go through a lot of hands for sure.
4.5 to play, 42-30. With the three, the Dragons can get this game back down to 11. That's going to be a travel. Tegan Bollinger thought he stepped through, but unbeknownst to him, no, he did not. Both of his feet
unless
left
he
the
drug
ground.
that pivot foot, he did have a two, like a jump stop, which is, so he didn't have the walk that come after that. So he must have drugged that pivot foot a little bit.
So Scott
otherwise,
with the
I
ball.
don't know why they called that.
So here is Washam. Washam. It's a screen out front, now on the right side for Goodman. Goodman controls up top, now on the wing. Here's Washam looking to drive baseline. High off the window, won't go. Rebound to Dooley. Dooley for Bollinger, up ahead for Lee. Lee stops and pops from 16, knocks it down. Jeremiah Lee with 17 points, and he makes it a 42-32 ball game. 10-point lead now for Scott. 3:40 left to play in the third quarter. Babb finds Jacob Lowe on that right side. That ball almost stolen away, and it's going to stay with Scott. Great effort that time defensively by Jeremiah Lee, and great sportsmanship there by number 20, Toby Garrett, came over, helped Lee up.
Yeah, I love to see that.
And he came from a pretty good distance away. There were closer players, but only Garrett came over to offer the hand.
I'm going to be honest with you. One year we had a group of girls that wouldn't help their own teammates up.
Oh, that's terrible.
And so you know what we did? We put in a system that said, if you help your own teammate up during the game, we'll tally up points. At the end of the year, we're going to get y'all a nice warm-up suit.
Oh, there you go.
We're not above bribery.
Yeah, no.
And so then I said to them, and if you help somebody up from the other team, you get double points. And they go, nah. I was like, what?
I can respect that, though. Here is Richardson to Nelson, over to Lee for three. Off the mark, no good. Oh, Bryson Maddox and Sky Babb. That escalated very quickly.
That was really kind of uncalled for. I feel like Scott County's player was falling, and his head kind of went into Maddox. From what I saw, his head kind of went into Maddox's stomach, and I think Maddox felt like he did that on purpose. So, not sure what they're going to call here.
Yeah, I think either way, you're going to see Bryson Maddox done for the night.
I'd hate to see, and he lands a punch like that, he gone.
Yeah.
They're just calling a technical. It looks like. And so it'll be a jump ball. I don't think they ejected him, but he went off the court. I don't know.
No,
Did they? No, they just called a technical.
No, I think he's gone. No, he's gone.
He is?
Yeah, looks like they're going to get him for intent right there.
Well,
and I think, okay, they're also going to, looks like Babb is also going to be asked to leave the game as well.
They're saying Babb threw an elbow.
Against number 3, Bryson Maddox. And number 10, Sky Babb. Both players ejected from the game.
There you go. Both players ejected. 15 points for Babb. He will leave with 15 points. And again, this rivalry grows more and more intense. It seems exponentially every single time. Yeah, if Babb is ejected,
he don't have to get off the bench.
He doesn't have to leave the bench?
Not necessarily. No.
All right, 2:56 left to play. They sorted all that out. Tegan Bollinger.
He's ejected from the game. Used to. Now, I don't think he has to leave. Well, no, Bryson just took off.
Here is a three for Richardson. Second triple of the game for Carson Richardson, and it's a 7-point ball game, 42-35. So maybe the ejection of Bryson Maddox fires up this Dragon team here at home. They've been looking for a spark. They needed a spark. Don't think that was necessarily they won the way they wanted to get sparked, but there you go. Down Bryson Maddox, but big three-pointer right there from Carson Richardson. It's a 7-point game, 42-35. And I think whichever one of these teams can channel their emotions a little bit better, might be the team that's going to come out of here on top.
They used to send players off the court, but where are you going to send them?
No.
If you're a visiting team, what? You got to go sit in the locker room? No, not in an opponent's gym. Them leave the bench. I don't think I think they've kind of rethought that. So Maddox left the bench because he wanted to. He took off when he figured out they've ejected me. And as a coach, I want my boy sitting right there so I knew where he was and what he was doing.
42-35, 2.5 minutes left to play, third quarter, 7-point game. Into the front court, it finds its way to Wyatt Lloyd. Lloyd back in the game with 3 personal fouls. Landon Goodman back up top for Lloyd.
Now, coach is a different story.
There's a foul going to be whistled on Dooley.
If a coach gets ejected, he does have to leave the bench.
House number 2, Jacob Dooley. His third, team fourth.
The crowd, by the way, is starting to get a little snarky.
Yeah. They better to quit that. Coach, they'll get ejected. They'll get asked to.
Oh, great find and a good finish there for Wyatt Lloyd. He's in double figures now with 10. 44-35. Jeremiah Lee coming back the other way. Lee in the lane. Can't get it to go. Rebound last touched by Braylon Hayden. Rolled off his hand and out of bounds. So the Dragons got the spark they needed to kind of wake themselves up, get back into this game. Here's Jeremiah Lee for Nelson. Nelson into the corner for Richardson for 3. Too strong. Rebound off of Braylon Hayden's hand and out of bounds. Minute 43 left to go. 44-35 our score. Clinton trailing by 9.
Smart move by Chris Locker to put his team in a full court press while they've got some momentum going their way.
And there's some good hands right there by Carter Nelson. Deflects the inbounds pass away, and it will be Scott to inbound again along the baseline to your right. Brummett gets it in, and the ball given away. No, I think we're going to have a foul. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to stay with, no, it's going to be Clinton basketball. So it is Clinton basketball. They get the ball into Jeremiah.
A lot of that diving on the ground. The guy had his hand on the ball with his foot out of bounds.
Thank you. Here's Lee. Lee, pull up, top of the circle, gets it to go. Jeremiah Lee now with 9 points, and it's back to a 7-point game, 44-37. Landon Goodman up into the front court, and Landon Goodman gets it up and in. He's got 8, and it's 46-37. Back and forth we go with 1:14 left to go in the third quarter. Richardson, deep three, too strong, off the back iron. Rebound going to be grabbed inside by Washam. Washam gives it up for Garrett. Garrett splits a couple of defenders, gets it on the outside to Brennan Brummett. There's a reach-in foul on Richardson. So Carson Richardson commits the reach-in foul, his first.
Team's fourth. Oh.
Team fifth.
Fifth. Did I miss one? Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't mark down the
technical.
The ejection foul.
58.1 seconds left. And 2 shots coming up now for Brennan Brummett. He has 3 points in the game.
At the line for Scott, number 33, Brennan Brummett.
So 58 seconds left.
Here's the bad part of a player getting ejected. Other than they can't finish the game.
Yeah.
They have to sit out the next, used to be 2 games.
Yeah.
And so they have to sit out the next 2 games, which is bad for us because we have district games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
46-37, second shot, no good, but Brennan Brummett down there by himself, able to get the rebound. Dragons force a turnover. Then the other way, it's Scott deflecting the ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Dragons, but man, Brennan Brummett, the shooter, nobody else on the free throw line wearing black and red. He was able to get that rebound all to himself. Stolen away by the Dragons. They cannot convert on the offensive end. So with 43 seconds left, here's Brummett into the front court again for Washam. Washam for Goodman. Head fake. 18-footer won't go. Rebound, LeBron Booker. Lost the handle. Almost regathers his dribble, then loses the ball completely. Here's Washam. Washam, left side for Goodman. Trailing the play, it's Garrett. Garrett back over to Goodman. Cross-court pass now for Washam, and it looks like it's going to be Scott playing for the final shot of the period. Dragons trying to force a turnover. Nelson and Lee harassing him out front. 3-ball on the way, no good. Rebound grabbed inside by Booker. Here comes Nelson, cross court. Richardson at the buzzer off the top of the backboard. Had he been able to catch that cleanly, he might have had an opportunity. But as it is, it's a 46-37 lead for Scott. Headed to the fourth quarter. Dragons trailing by 9 here at home.
You know, you hate to see 2 players get ejected from a game, you know, just by letting their emotions get the best of them. And this is a contact sport.
Yeah.
I mean, so, you know, you got to learn to stay composed. Try not to, you know, throw that punch out of a retaliation from an elbow. Let you know, they always see the retaliation. So I hate to see that for both teams, key players on both teams getting ejected.
46-37, Sky Babb at the time of his ejection was leading Scott in scoring with 15. He still has the scoring lead.
Yeah.
So 46-37 the score.
I'm sure that both coaches after this game are going to go back, look at this film, watch this film, see what transpired during that little confrontation. If one of them sees something, I don't know if it's anything they can appeal or do. I mean, there was punches thrown, so
yeah.
I mean, it's hard to undo that. So
Jeremiah Lee with a bad foul 50 feet away from the basket.
That's his second, so we're all right with that, but I don't, you know.
It's not an auspicious way to begin the fourth quarter.
No.
So 7:57 left. Scott's basketball leading by 9, trying to extend this back to a double-digit lead this trip. They've led by as many as 14 points in the game. Here's Lloyd.
You know, used to back in the day, Jim, we had team shoes. Now these kids wear these bright colored shoes and psychedelic, and I was just looking on the floor at that.
Runner.
Score by
Washam.
Isaiah Washam.
8 points for Washam, lead back to 11, 48-37. Nelson, nice find for Camden Nelson. Outside, Carter for 3, buries it.
Three-point basket, Carter Nelson.
He's got 3 triples on the night, 9 points in the game, back to an 8-point lead. Coach Lockard wants his team to extend their defense. 48-40.
Well, in a
Minute
game
gone
like
by.
this, ball pressure is key. You want to put some pressure on them. You don't want them, especially when they've got their top scorer out. This is where you want to make these other guys step up and play. So you got to apply some pressure here.
Here's Toby Garrett working to his right against Braylon
Charge.
Hayden. That should be a charge, and it is.
Yes.
Nice
yes.
job by Carson Richardson to stand in there against the much bigger number 20, Toby Garrett. That's his third. And kudos to Toby Garrett, because he picked up that second foul really early in the second quarter. And he's been sitting on that third foul for quite some time.
Yeah.
So 48-40, Dragons with an opportunity to cut into this lead just a little bit more. Camden and Carter Nelson out there with Carson Richardson, Jeremiah Lee, and Braylon Hayden. Here's Richardson, thought about the 3, pulls it back down. Now it's Lee outside. Carter Nelson for 3. He's got 12 points, and it's a 5-point game. 48-43, Dragons down by 5. Steal, Jeremiah Lee on the lazy pass in the backcourt. Then he's going to draw the foul. It's on Garrett, his 4th. So 2 shots coming up for Jeremiah Lee. Brennan Brummett was enjoying a rest on the bench.
That's a big, big foul to Clinton's advantage right there.
Absolutely. First foul shot by Lee, up and good. All of a sudden, it's a 4-point game.
I told you, man, that find a way to win. Chris will find a way to win.
48-44. Lee at the line, second shot on its way, no good. Rebound going to be pulled off by Lloyd. Up ahead for Brummett. Brummett was looking up ahead for Isaiah Washam, and he was not as far ahead as he thought he was.
Well, I think he saw the official wearing the black, and I think he, honest to God, looked just quick glance, thought that was one of his teammates.
Either way, he threw that ball to a spot where there was nobody standing. So with 6 minutes left here in the fourth quarter, Clinton's cut it to a 4-point lead. 7-0 mini run here over the last 2 minutes. We're down by as many as 11. Have trailed in this game by as many as 14 points.
Should be our ball coming out on this jump ball to start the, not jump ball, but possession should go to us in this fourth quarter. Yep.
So it'll be Carter and Camden Nelson, Carson Richardson, Braylon Hayden, and Jeremiah Lee. Same 5 on the floor for Clinton. Goodman, Lowe, Washam, Brummett, and Lloyd on the floor right now for Scott. 48-44, Clinton trailing by 4 with the ball. Here's Camden Nelson. He lays it off inside. Jeremiah Lee, good finish down by the cup. He's got 7 points in the period. There's a steal underneath by Camden Nelson. Couldn't get the shot to fall, and then a foul going to try and get that ball back. And that is going to be a foul whistled against the Dragons. That's going to be on Hayden, his second. Team's second here in the period. 5:38 left to go. Brummett gets it into Jacob Lowe. That pass thrown away. More good defense. The Dragons full court pressure is causing Scott all kinds of trouble here in this fourth quarter. Here's Lee looking for the tie. Jeremiah looking for the lead. Buries it! Jeremiah Lee having a great second half, and it's 49-48. Dragons take the lead. This is for the first time since the first quarter, but taking it right back, Isaiah Washam for three. Back and forth we go, 51-49. Highlanders with the lead. Here's Lee, deep three, short. Rebound going to be grabbed by Lowe. Lowe fends off a couple of challenges for possession. Now gets it up ahead. Here's Washam. Outside for Goodman. Got his defender in the air. Can't hit the three. Rebound, Nelson. Hayden up ahead to Jeremiah Lee. And an offensive foul whistled against Hayden. (51-49). Dragon fans clearly not in favor of that call. Third foul on Hayden. Third foul against the Dragons as a team here in the fourth quarter. 51-49. You got angry mamas yelling all over the stadium. 51-49, 4:40 left to play. Here's Washam with the basketball. Down the lane, left side, throws it off the window. No good. Rebound, Hayden up ahead for Lee. Lee for Richardson. Richardson. Cross-court pass. Carter Nelson for three. No. Oh, it is good! Three ball! And a timeout taken by the Dragons. 51-51.
I'm not sure.
So that was a two. So 51-51. That was a two-pointer for Carter Nelson.
A two-pointer?
Oh, they did. They've made the adjustment now.
I started to say.
We all thought it was three. That's the fifth triple for Carter Nelson. And the Dragons lead 52-51. I believe the lead they took just a moment ago was their first since it was, I want to say, 4-2.
Yeah.
So 4:22 left to go in the fourth quarter into what has turned into a barn burner here inside the Don W. Locker Gymnasium. Jim Harris, Lisa Watson on the microphones, Matt Hagan behind the scenes. We don't have our normal camera set up due to some weird technical stuff, but we've got what we've got. And we've got a great game right now. 52-51. Dragons lead by one after trailing by as many as 14 points. So here's Scott to inbound. They get it into Washam. Washam back to Garrett. Full court defense here again, being extended by Clinton. 4:15 to go and counting. Here's Lowe up ahead for Lloyd. Lloyd, free throw line jumper, no good as he was falling away to his right. Couldn't get it, but there's Lowe for the rebound. Washam for three, no good. Rebound grabbed inside by Lloyd. Lloyd back up with the left hand. That won't go. Braylon Hayden with a great defensive rebound right there.
Hey.
Here's Richardson for Nelson. Up top to Carter Nelson. Now back in the corner for Richardson. Richardson to Camden Nelson. And with 3:43 left to go, Dragons back it out a little bit.
That was a great defensive play and rebound by Braylon Hayden.
He didn't block the shot, but he definitely changed it. There's Richardson for three. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound tracked down in the corner by Scott. Here's Washam up ahead for Lowe. Lowe too strong off the glass. Couldn't get it to go. Hayden with another rebound, and it'll be Carter Nelson into the front court with 3:15 to play. Here's Lee. Lee in the lane, gets it up and in. Jeremiah Lee gives the Dragons their largest lead of the game at three. 54-51, 3 minutes to go. Here's Washam for three and the tie, buries it. Back and forth we continue to go. 8 points in the half for Washam, 14 in the game. 54-54, 2:45 left to play here in regulation time inside the Donnie Dome.
This is where every possession counts in this tight-knit game with two minutes to go. Every rebound is huge. Every possession is huge.
Right now it's Camden Nelson with the ball as the Dragons set up their half-court offense. Coach Chris Lockard with one eye on the clock. Again, it's Camden and Carter Nelson, Braylon Hayden, Jeremiah Lee, and Carson Richardson, your 5 on the floor.
Now, what Chris is doing right now, it's a tie ball game, 2 minutes. He's kind of holding the ball, trying to get the defense to come out.
And there's a throwaway.
That backfired on him.
Yeah. Camden Nelson was looking for Braylon Hayden, but Hayden was not in the spot there. 2:03 left to go, 54-54. Camden Nelson.
Chris trying to extend.
And that's going to be an out of bounds.
Yeah.
Great defense right there by the Dragons along the baseline. Made it awfully hard for Jacob Lowe to control that basketball.
Yeah.
And he eventually lost control of said basketball. Under 2 to play, 54-54, minute 58 left to go, fourth quarter. Carter Nelson up top. This is Jeremiah Lee. Lee in the lane. He's going to get called for the travel. Pretty obvious call right there from the official. So 54-54, $1:55 left. Into the front court, Toby Garrett. Garrett waits for his team. Here's Washam. Washam with the basketball. Washam gets away with a palm. Now it's Washam. Turnaround gets it to go. Isaiah Washam has picked up the scoring load in the absence of Sky Babb. Here is Nelson. Nelson for Richardson. Thought about the 3. Back up top for Carter. Now it's over to Lee. Lee back up top to Nelson. Carter controls with 80 seconds left to play in the fourth.
Chris trying to get their defense to extend so he can have some clear drives.
Here's Nelson. That 3 well off the mark. Ison there for the rebound. Richardson on the other side. Can't get it to go from the corner. 3 ball no good. Ball knocked away momentarily. Controlled now by Garrett, and a timeout taken by Coach Rusty Yaden and the Scott Highlanders. 56-54, 57.7 seconds left to go here in this fourth quarter. And what looked like it was going to be kind of a humdrum game, double digits. We didn't really look like we were that into it. And then all of a sudden, it turned into an absolute fist fight.
Yeah.
After the fist fight.
Yeah. I hate to say that a fist fight is what spars a team. You'd like it to be something else that motivates your team.
And it keeps everybody together, with the ability to play. But I'm telling you, they needed a spark. That lit a fire under them. Was it a fire that Lockard would have liked to have seen maybe start somewhere else? Maybe.
Lockard's going, wait a minute, that's my job to get it technical and fire y'all up. But the ejection is what hurt. If it had been a technical foul on both players,
not a biggie.
We could live with that. But with this, they're going to have to sit out 2 games. I just hate it. I hate it.
So just under 58 seconds left. 57.7, 56-54. Scott with the lead and the basketball. Dooley, Carter Nelson, Camden Nelson, Braylon Hayden, and Jeremiah Lee, your 5 on the floor. In the backcourt, here's Washam with 56 seconds to play. Goodman picks up his dribble. Here's Brummett. Brummett barely beats the 10-second clock or count. And now it's going to be Washam. Poked away by Lee. Into the backcourt.
I don't
Here's
think
Washam.
you need to timeout.
And a timeout taken by Scott to prevent the turnover in the backcourt.
I'm not sure that I would be doing some between-the-leg dribbling at this with 30 seconds to go and a pressure ball game like this.
And especially in your own backcourt.
Yes.
With 2 defenders on you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, granted, that is a move these days. Used to, it was just fancy stuff, But now it's actually, they create those as moves. I've seen some of the best moves going between the legs and doing that little back behind the back thing. But
rock around, it's right on top, it's tricky. This is my high school right here.
Yeah.
High school right here.
Well, this game sure has been tricky.
56-54. Clinton was down by as many as 14 points. They've taken as big as a 3-point lead here in this fourth quarter.
Look at this lineup right here. This is a strange lineup for a sideline. I've never seen that before. Okay.
So the ball inbounded. They get it in to Wyatt Lloyd. Lloyd into the front court for Garrett on the left wing. 32 seconds left. Dooley there with the cross check from behind. I mean the personal foul. 30.8 seconds left. Fourth team foul. One more till the bonus for Scott. So with the basketball, it's Goodman to inbound. He gets it into Brummett up top. And that's going to be a foul on Camden Nelson. So Nelson commits the foul, and that will send Brummett to the line to shoot 2. Brummett with 3 points in the game, none here after halftime.
Shooting 2.
He missed his shots last time, but he got his own rebound, so we'll see how this goes. You know, this is a big free throw right here. It makes it a 3-point possession, makes it a 3-point ball game, which could make it either a 3-point shot or a 2-possession ball game, depending on how this works out. And
Second
he misses.
one, no good.
Yeah.
He hit his first free throw in the first half. He's 0 for 4 since. Here's Lee for 3 in the lead. No good. Rebound to Eisen.
Yeah, he did.
And a foul on Caden.
Eisen pushed him in the back right there.
So Clinton student section doesn't like it, but the Clinton student section's a little biased.
Yeah.
56-54.
But I'll have to say, players do that the entire game.
Yeah.
If you're not going to call that at the beginning of the game, why are you calling it at the end? I mean, usually when people go up, I mean, if you'll watch on a shot, referees are watching the ball. That time he wasn't.
Garrett still no
Garrett
good.
Missed it.
Plenty of opportunities to put this game away at the free throw line. Coach Lockard wants a timeout.
Coach Lockard going to freeze the player.
Going to
ice him at the line.
Icing the shooter and talking over some strategy with 20.6 seconds remaining. Oh, my goodness.
2 timeouts left for Clinton, 1 for Scott. 20 seconds, still a lot of time on the clock. This guy makes this. It's got to be a 3-point to tie it. I mean, it's going to make it, yeah.
Now, if he doesn't, and now if he does make the shot, it makes it a 3-point game.
Yes.
As a coach, do you look for the quick 3 on the other end, or do you go for a 2 and then start fouling?
Well, with this team, you've got 2 good 3-point shooters out there. And Jeremiah can get in that mix too.
Yeah.
See, he's going back with Richardson. He's going to put in his best 3-point shooters. He's taking Eisen out right now. Nope, he didn't. He kept him in for rebounding, I guess.
Yeah.
So you've got
and
Jeremiah.
Also a sniper from out there, too.
Yes, you got Jeremiah, you got Richardson, and you got Nelson. So if you've got any 3 of those guys, now defensive-wise, you're going to say you don't give up the 3. If you're going to give up anything, you give up the 2. If he makes this shot, and he does.
So Garrett
it makes it a
shot.
3-point. If you've got that 3-point shot, you need to take it. But if not, go in for an and 1. Who knows?
Here's Richardson for 3 in the tie. No good. Off the window. It's up and in by Jeremiah Lee. Makes it a 1-point game. 57-56 with 9.1 seconds left.
So now you're going to do a shutdown defense right here. You're going to press. You're going to deny the pass in. And then if they get it in, you got to do a quick foul.
Quick foul.
And you got to be strategic on who you're fouling.
Yeah.
So, you know.
If Brummett's on the floor, I'm going for Brummett right now.
Exactly. You're going to give it up. You're going to want the guy that's missed the last 4 free throws he shot. That's the one you want to foul. Let him get it. Foul him.
So 9.6 seconds left. 57-56. Winner goes to 2-1 in district play. Loser falls to 1-2. Hard-fought game here tonight inside the Donnie Dome.
Well, smart play by Scott County, who took their worst free throw shooter out of the game. Not maybe their worst one, but the one that had missed.
The one we've seen miss his last four here in the fourth quarter.
So smart move by him.
Yep, brought it out of the game.
Yep.
Landon Goodman set to inbound, and it looks like the Highlanders are all set up to run fly patterns like football.
Yes, like I said, I've never seen this before. So
here's Goodman playing the role of quarterback, dumps it off short in the flat.
And they did exactly what they want to, get it to one of their probably top free throw shooters.
Isaiah Washam, he has 16 points in the game, 10 here in the second half. Really shouldered the scoring load after Sky Babb's ejection for the Highlanders. So 57-56, 2 shots coming up for Washam. First trip to the line tonight for Washam. First one, no good. Remains a 1-point game.
A lot of pressure on this line tonight.
Tell you what, this free throw line has been really tough for opposition teams in the last, week.
Chris going to ice the guy again.
Another timeout taken by the Dragons.
All he's got is
that's it for Clinton.
30-second timeout.
They have
is
one
all
left?
He had.
Okay. Or that's it.
Well, I don't know. I know this one is a 30-second.
I think we're out of time. I think everybody's out of timeouts now.
I think so.
(57-56) the score.
Hard-fought game by both teams.
So 57-56, 8.8 seconds left to go, fourth quarter. At the line, Isaiah Washam trying to make this a 2-point game. And again, we believe, I'm pretty sure that nobody has any timeouts left. Shot is up and good for Washam. 58-56, and that's a foul. Not a bad. That's a pretty smart decision right there. It's only the third foul against Scott as a team.
True. They got one more. I'd do the same thing. I'd be fouling some.
Yep.
Hold him or something, Don't let him.
58-56.
If you think you're going to get beat, hold him, foul him early.
Lee, he'll be fouled up top. 2.9 seconds left. So
24 fouled again.
Jacob Lowe with his second foul.
So the next one is a 2-shot foul. So
2.9 seconds left.
Interesting where they put the ball in bounds with the foul up.
Up might have to get the squeegee. Are they calling for the squeegee? No. 58-56. Caden Ison to inbound. Shooters all over the floor. Lee fires it at the buzzer for the win. Off the mark, no good. And the Scott Highlanders defeat the Clinton Dragons by the final score of 57-56. Tell you what, Jeremiah Lee could not have asked for a better look at the basket. The only thing that shot did not do was go down. What an outstanding effort by the Dragons, Jeremiah Lee. But in the end, it comes up just a little bit short. The final score, 58-56. The Dragons fall to the Scott Highlanders, 58-56. We're going to kill the audio for just another moment, do some math, and be right back to you with a summary. And then we'll wait for Coach Chris Lockard for his post-game interview right back in just a few moments on Dragon Vision. Welcome back, everybody. Again, we're getting pretty good at doing the fast math. So welcome back here. The Clinton Dragons fall in Game 2 of our doubleheader here on Dragon Vision. 58-56, the final score. Let's take a look at the scoring leaders. First of all, tonight for our visitors from Scott, who improved to 13-7, 2-1 in district play. It was Isaiah Washam closing the game out strong. He had 11 of his 17 points after halftime. 17 points for Isaiah Washam. He picked up the scoring load after the ejection in the third quarter of Sky Babb. Babb left the game with 15 points. He had a big first half, scoring 12 points to help pace the Highlanders through the first 2 quarters. It was Washam steering them down the stretch. As, again, he ends up with 17, Sky Babb with 15. The third and final double-figure scorer tonight for Scott was Wyatt Lloyd. He had 10 points on the game. With 8 points, it was Landon Goodman. Toby Garrett had 5 points, and Brennan Brummett had 3 points for the Highlanders. Again, they improved to 13-7 on the season, and they're now 2-1 in district play. Let's get a look at some numbers for our Clinton Dragons.
Our Dragons are led by an impressive performance by Jeremiah Lee in the second half. He had 5 points in the first half, finished with 19, had a good look there at that last second shot play. Great look. I wouldn't wanted it in anybody else's hands there to end the game. Then we had Jacob Dooley with 4 points. We had Bryson Maddox before his ejection with 6. And then LeBron Booker with 4. Braylon Hayden with 2 points. A lot of key rebounds there and defensive stops there in that second half that made a difference maker for him. Carter Nelson with 15 points.
5 3-pointers.
Yes, and I think Carson Richardson ended up with like 6 points.
He did. He had 6 points, couple of 3-pointers. So the Dragons mount a furious comeback, but in the end it comes up just a little bit short as they fall here tonight, 58-56. They are now 4-11 on the season, 1-2 in the district. Next up for the Orange and Black, a road trip to Gibbs on Friday. And coming up for Scott on Friday, they'll be at home for another district matchup against Union County.
Yeah, big game for us Friday night at Gibbs. Another district, on the road trip, a long trip. I hadn't heard how Gibbs girls are this year. I know they've struggled in the last thing. They're really known for their softball program at Gibbs, and they have some strong athletes in that area.
Honestly, I just call Gibbs the Fighting Kenny Chesneys.
Honestly, yes.
I mean, that's just what I do. But, well, this was a lot of fun, except for, obviously the result in Game 2. But, again, a furious rally, a tremendous effort by the Dragons. And, obviously.
You have to give it up for the Dragon boys and not quitting when they had that 14-point deficit. Come back in the second half. If they'd have played that first half like they did the second half, we don't know if this game would have ended up as close as it was. But with that being said, I love to see a team fight back and come back, and because then you're in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And
people ask me all the time, would you rather lose by 1 point or 20 points? I said 1.
Yeah. Because at least you were in it.
That's silly, yeah. I mean, at least I knew I had a fighting chance, and I was in that game.
And you just look at the reaction to Jeremiah Lee. I mean, this is, Game 3 in the district schedule. He misses that shot, and he's absolutely devastated.
Yeah.
So, obviously, there's a lot of want to in these guys, and, of course, it'll be up to Chris Lockhart and the coaching staff to, provide them with the how-to, as it were. Well, Lisa.
It's fun again.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you on Friday night over in Corryton.
Sounds good, buddy. See ya.
All right, guys, and I'll be right back with Coach Lockhart coming up here in just a few minutes. So sit tight. Watch everybody mill about on the gym floor here on Dragon Vision. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. I hope you enjoyed our brief silent interlude, during which time you were able to enjoy the huddle camera. Coach Chris Lockard joining us now after a tough loss. But I don't want to talk about the loss. Obviously, you'd have rather won the game, but I want to talk about that comeback because your guys were down 14 points. Your guys put something together in that fourth quarter and really – obviously, you don't want to lose a Bryson Maddox, but the ejection seemed to light a fire under you guys, and it brought you guys back. Just talk about what you saw from your team during that comeback.
Well, that was part of the problem because without Bryson, we're missing a dude because he was really playing well. Like I told him, I understand the guy elbowed the crap out of him, but you can't retaliate. No. You can't, not right there in that situation. But, we're not shooting the ball very well. We haven't all season, and it's biting us in the tail. Defensively, we can play that kind of defense. My problem was, and obviously you'll see, the lineups were odd. I'm having trouble getting everybody play that kind of aggressiveness and play together. We're just having some major chemistry issues. I don't know why. The guys get along really good. We're just not playing very good together, and I'm searching. I even pre-warned them. I said, I'm going to search for a few different lineups that I need tonight, and I got them in, and they seemed to work, but we didn't score. Defensively was there, but you can't continue to be down 14 points, in the fourth quarter. I mean, it's just unacceptable. Our defense looked decent in the first half, but we weren't closing out on their shooters. It was like here in film today. I'm like, guys, they outshoot us. They outshoot us in every category: free throw shooting, 3-point shooting, 2-point shooting. And it's like, oh yeah, whatever, coach. Well, you got a little taste of it because they lit you up. And then the only thing to take a team out of that is just by forcing them to have to attack the rim. And they made enough of those shots off the bounce that they've rolled a couple in that broke our back. We took the lead, and then we had 2 turnovers. But you should never be in that situation, and especially at home. And
now the grit. The character and the grit that was shown, because it looked for all the world like there was a point there where it almost looked like, okay, we're dead. This one could get out of hand. But after the Maddox ejection. It seemed to turn around. And just as far as the mentality of this team goes, obviously, we're in early January. Jeremiah Lee took missing that shot so very hard. Just talk a little bit, if you would, about the character that you're seeing from this team. Obviously, you want to see them continue to make the improvements, but there was a lot of fight we saw out there tonight.
Yeah, we're getting that in spurts. It's not consistent, Jeremiah, early we had that little jazz cut drawn up for him where we got the 3 by Carson. It just didn't go. And he kept playing and he kept working. He got it. I thought when he let that go, I thought he made it.
I thought it was in.
Obviously we were going to attack the rim, go to overtime, but they did a good job of fouling there. I just taught our guys that yesterday in practice. We have to know with this new rule, guys, if you got 2 fouls, you can foul and make it tougher on them. And they did it to us. But we still were able to, throw it around and kick it around and get a decent shot at it. But I just felt like we should have never been in that position. I thought Scott County held their composure when we had their backs against the wall. I thought they handled the ball well. I thought they made great decisions there late. And they made enough shots. They tried to give us a chance by missing some free throws, which is uncommon for them. I think they shoot 73% as a team. So, for them to miss those 3 was very uncommon, but it did give us an opportunity. But they could have iced it away right there at the line. That's a tough one. I don't know how else to tell you, what else to say. I told the boys, I said maybe because I'm under the weather pretty good. I hadn't even been to school much, but I couldn't really move around much down there. So.
Oh no, we noticed. We were like, oh yeah, he's still in. So I put your quote at about 1 1/4. I was like, he's going to get up once a quarter because he can't. we were, the referees were in shock for the first quarter. Didn't make a lot of calls because you were sitting down. So there was, trust me, it was noticed. But we certainly hope you get to feeling better before Friday's game over at Gibbs. So get out of here.
Yeah,
go
let's do
take
it.
some fluids and get yourself some medicine, my friend.
We'll see it. All right, man. We'll talk to you then.
All right, that is head coach Chris Lockhart of your Clinton Dragons. The Dragons fall here tonight 58-56 in a thriller. The Lady Dragons took game number 1 here on Dragon Vision, 59-42. And, of course, the girls' JV team earlier in the day defeated Scott 43-42. Our next broadcast Friday night over at Gibbs. For Lisa Watson, for Matt Hagan, this is Jim Harris saying good night and go Dragons.